anytime, access any of our 2,800 plus clubs, or reset and recover in the Black Card Spa, we're ready to fuel your momentum and then some. Enjoy all the perks with the Planet Fitness Black Card. Join the club today for $1 down, $24.99 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends June 12th.
See club for details.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, take the worm, put it on the hook. Now bring your pole back and throw it forward. And just let the fish come to you.
I got a bite! It's a big one, Dad!
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $199 per month for 36 months.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1008721. Previous service loaner, $199 per month, lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, 10,652 assignee, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln. This is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln, Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Coy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped and picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Hour one of Old School is sponsored by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in, Old School, 94.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Filling in for Austin Norman as usual, as he is off this week. Nick Wyman stepping in alongside Jay Foreman. Jay came in here fired up. You got Harrison fired up. The great debate is what I've been told is happening today. I saw little snippets yesterday of the show. I filled in for the first hour, then I saw the snippet afterwards. You got Harrison a little fired up yesterday, and you came in here, guns blazing, fired up as well.
Harrison's a Bears fan. He's Chicago. He's a Chicagoite. Whatever you call him.
Chicagoite.
Yeah.
It's like a Lincolnite. Lincolnite is like what a Lincolnite. Yeah. A Chicagoan.
Yeah, Chicagoan.
There's the word. There's the word.
Or he likes I know he's a Bears fan. I'm a Jordan fan. Yeah. I was just enlightening the people on their unsolicited, unneeded hate for LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
You can like Jordan. You can love Jordan. You don't need to hate LeBron. They're both great. I did say if I was starting a franchise, I probably would reluctantly, depending on what type of franchise I had, I would take Jordan. I just think LeBron overall is the best player, and I have factual evidence behind it. I was fortunate enough to watch both of them. Now, I did have a texter saying, since I played football, I don't know what I'm talking about. Little does he know I had more Division I basketball offers before I started getting big-time football offers.
And we've talked about your AAU and basketball and stuff like that, too.
Well, yeah, I was coming off the bench.
6-man.
Seventh?
Same thing.
Sometimes 8, yeah.
Provide a spark off the bench when needed.
Oh, yeah.
It's an important role. I know a lot of people talk about the starting lineups.
I had no problem. But I was playing with NBA players. We didn't know that they were going to be NBA players.
At the time, but who were some of them?
Khalid Alameen, Robert Mestis were the two guards.
Okay.
Khalid Alameen, obviously, UConn, and then obviously played in the pros. John Thomas, who was I think a lottery pick, played for the Knicks, Timberwolves, etc. Works for the NBA union right now. Bebop Walker, who went to Tulsa, and White Jordan, Sam Jacobson.
That's that's 8 guys.
That was a starting 5. And then Akeem Carpenter, he went to I think Northern Illinois. Adrian Patterson didn't go to college, had some let's just say off the court discrepancies.
Mm-hmm.
He's still paying for him to this day. His son started for the Gophers for the last 3 years, and then me. And then we had another guy that named David Johnson that played at University of Wisconsin, Green Bay.
Solid lineup across the board.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like you said, hey, you played football, but you had the basketball background, and athleticism shows it. I know that's what it is.
I don't have any athleticism
anymore.
No. You know what was great? You know what made me realize football. I would have probably already end up going the football path. I'm originally from Frederick, Maryland. So then when I went out there, I got to go, my uncle snuck me into it's not summer league, but it was like all the Georgetown players and NBA players played, together on campus.
Mm.
So I snuck in, and it was at a.
What do you mean snuck in?
It's not for the public.
So
but my uncle knew the security guard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my uncle worked down in Washington, D.C., so he knew the guy that would just not let people in. So we got in. It was pretty cool. It was like a church, but the court was below ground level. So we came in at the top of the stands.
Okay.
And so we came in and we're sitting there, and it was like Patrick Ewing, Dikembe Mutombo, Othello Harrington, Reggie Williams, all those guys.
Wow.
That was the first glimpse. I was like, yeah, I'm proud. This football thing is looking a lot easier. Okay. the icing on the cake and the ceiling of the deal. Now I feel like if I would have kind of stuck with it, I would have been decent. I probably could have, done a little something, and maybe not. Then Cincinnati had been recruiting me, and then I went. When you go around in the summer, back then the official visits were not in the summer. I'd go and you could kind of do your unofficial visit. We stopped in Cincinnati, and I saw Nick Van Exel and them playing.
Yeah.
Funny thing about it, just a couple weeks ago, I got to meet Nick Van Exel as an adult.
Yeah.
And it told him the story, and he started laughing. He's like, well, he's like, you know what? He wanted some residuals.
That's funny.
I ended up playing football.
That's funny how life takes you down that road, and you remember years later. It's like, hey, I was just little old Jay Foreman here, and you were Nick Van Exel.
Oh yeah, I followed his career. My favorite player, or one of my favorite players, growing up, and still is to this day, and he doesn't get the credit that he deserves because right now he would be destroying people. Is Mark Macon.
Okay.
I used to wear the white high top Adidas like him.
I
And
know exactly what you're talking
and
about.
I love Temple for John Chaney. And Temple was one of the schools I had my AU coach and my coach send letters to until I was so excited for this article about Mark Macon and Temple coming out in Sports Illustrated. And here's how like a little weak-minded and small-minded I was. They were talking about their day in the life of Temple players, which is in Philly. They have to take the like the train or subway to practice and stuff. And Mark Macon was like, "Yeah, I gotta get up at 4:30." I was like, "Nope, I can't do that. I need my rest. Here I am down in Nebraska getting up at 4:30 to come and do the circuit."
Are you a morning person though? Or
I am now.
You am now. You became one
ever since I got here.
So
I'm up at the break of dawn.
Pay your dues, I guess.
Yeah, pay your dues.
In a sense. But yes, Heartland Nebraska Windows sponsor of First Hour Old School, 402-430-3852. They're based out of Howell, Nebraska. Thank them a lot for helping sponsor Old School Hour 1 as always here. Also, Graham Tire for what they do as well. Loaded show. You're going to have me on here for an hour. You're going to have Harrison jump in for 2 hours. I'll save some more NBA talk for you.
You punk Nick Sainer. I ain't never seen Nick Sainer get punked like that.
So
No, he got punked. Just say it. You punked Nick Sainer.
I'll say this.
Just say you're him. Just say you're him.
I guess I am him.
Yeah.
So he comes in here and
You're Nick Wymie. You did him.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Here's the story behind it. So Austin's out, so we have all hands on deck, and I've kind of just been 3:00. I'm in here around handling my business in here, and I was like, Nick was hanging out, and I asked Nick before about 2:45. He's in here with me in the production room, and I go, Nick, do you want to hop on? Or he's like, oh, I think you got it. I'm like, yeah, I got it. And then he comes in here and he's wanting to do it.
Yeah. he wanted to get asked, and then he just, what Nick wanted the first right of refusal.
Yeah.
He wanted you to ask. I asked him, wanted us to ask. He said no.
Well, I asked him.
He's too cool for school, man.
I guess so.
He upgrade. You know that, right?
Too cool for old school. I guess.
But you know what his nickname is, right?
Swim.
No.
What's his other nick? He has more nicknames?
It's upgrade.
It's upgrade.
Yeah. The first time he ever traveled out of the state of Nebraska, this man gets upgraded to the presidential suite up in Colorado. And this is after me picking him up like a chauffeur, like his Uber, driving around, took him to breakfast, showed him a good time. Then he walked in my room. He was like, "This is all you got."
Oh, like it was your.
I got points and everything, and he got it. He probably went and took my points. Hey, listen. You always can see an enemy coming across the street. You always gotta watch out for your family. That's a little bit close. You gotta watch out for Nick. No, I'm just playing. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude. It was funny. I was, he was standing here talking to you before the show, and I'm like, all right, we gotta get the show going. And he's like, look at this guy. I'm just trying to handle business here. We're trying to get a show up and running here 3:00 to 6:00. And here we are. We'll save more of the NBA talk for you, but first segment, I want to talk a little bit about the NBA Finals last night. Game 1 happened. We'll talk some more Husker football, kind of like what the identity is over this first hour. Then we'll hand it off to Harrison with you for the rest. So I'll save the MJ LeBron stuff and everything in between. But NBA Finals last night, Game 1, a really good game across the board. Jay, you saw the Knicks, down early. All stars were struggling across the board, whether that's De'Aaron Fox, Victor Wembanyama, Karl-Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson. But then Jalen Brunson really took over the game in the end and ends up dropping a 30-burger to, outscore them 29-19 in the fourth quarter and steal Game 1. And we've talked, everybody's kind of talked about what New York, what this kind of means for this fan base across the board. But man, 3 wins away, and they were celebrating like they won the entire finals yesterday in New York. But that fan base is, starving for a basketball championship. It's been forever. They've been knocking at that door for the last couple of years. But man, 3 wins away. And yesterday was like a party in New York City.
Yeah, James Dolan is looking for a championship so he doesn't have to deal with Charles Oakley again. But no, in reality is that Game 1's always tricky because you have San Antonio coming off a 7-game series, riding high. Probably would say their knife is a little bit more sharpened because they're battle tested, or you could say they're a little tired emotionally and might be off their game a little bit. And then you think that New York might have a little bit of rust, but I think the X factor is this. Up and coming into the game, you're facing a team that won 11 games in a row in the playoffs. 11 games in a row in the playoffs. And I know that everybody's saying that the Eastern Conference isn't as tough as the Western Conference, but when you roll through the Eastern Conference and beat some good teams and beat teams that beat one of the favorites in the Celtics and they beat the 76ers is what I'm talking about. And the way that they beat them, they're for real. Look, they have Karl-Anthony Towns playing at the clip that everybody wished he played for when he was with the Timberwolves and had the opportunity to do that same thing against the Dallas Mavericks. He did not. He is right now. And then you have Jalen Brunson that is, a showstopper. And then you have, little integral pieces, whether it's Robinson coming off and getting every offensive rebound and defensive board. They're finally found a way to use Mikal Bridges that, to his skill set to where he's actually being used right. And then also making it worth seems like the 85 picks they gave up to get him. And then you got OG who can match any physicality that San Antonio can bring. And then they have, whether if it's, was it 44 coming off the bench? I forget his the weird
Landry Shamet, the former Wichita State shot.
Yeah, Shamet, who was a former 76er, I think, at one point in time.
And Clipper as well.
You have him. He's coming off, and it seems like he can't miss from threes, but they're playing to his skill set. And so they're a tough team. Mike Brown's a underrated coach. I mean, look, he was there in Cleveland early when LeBron was there, and then he was able to go not to San Antonio, but to the Golden State Warriors, and learn the championship pedigree, championship basketball under Steve Kerr. Then he went to Sacramento, actually did a good job, and then now he gets another chance to lead a team. In New York, it wasn't a sexy hire, but he's found a way to get him going, and now San Antonio, they got to bounce back and try to do the same, but they can't let this second game slip. If so, it's not just a hornet's nest that you'd be going into New York next week. It would be a death trap.
And you look at like what the mecca of basketball, Madison Square Garden, the aura it brings in for everybody who steps in there, regardless of the event that's held there, whether it's boxing, whether it's the UFC, whether it's the NBA, whether it's the NBA Finals in a sense. You look at this team. You mentioned it. Landry Shamet, 13 off the bench, a guy who's averaging 9 points per game on the season, kind of just playing his own role. Jose Alvarado doesn't show up in the box score, 7 points, made 50% of his shots, but what he does to wreak havoc on defense across the board. Even in the starting lineup, I mean, Karl-Anthony Towns had a heck of a run in the playoffs, around 50%. This is even with a guy like Josh Hart, who didn't have a good game, or Mikal Bridges. They were able to really kind of adapt and make away with that. When you look at the Spurs team, the big answer was who's going to complement Victor Wembanyama. Julian Champagny did his thing with 16 points. He had 15 in the first half, but then got shut down the second half. The bench for the Spurs was kind of non-existent outside of Dylan Harper.
Right, and Dylan Harper has been really, really good, but you have to ride him in spurts, whether it's a game, quarter, or half. But just to go back to the Knicks, you talk about Josh Hart, and look, self-awareness is missing in this day and age athlete. He's 1 of 5. It's not meant for him to shoot. Right, Karl-Anthony Towns was getting busy. He was taking it to Wemby. Right, OG has a pretty good game. Right, especially when you're 3 of 6 for him for 3. Volume scoring from Brunson, you normally don't like that. But what does he do? 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. That is the MVP. That's who won them the game. Everybody's going to look at Brunson, but he's 12 of 31. You actually live with that if I'm a defensive coach or an opposing coach. And then when you look at the Spurs, nobody really got off. Wemby got off, but he's 6 of 21, right? And there's a difference between him and, say, Brunson, 6 of 21, 12 of 31, 6 more shots that he makes. That's 12 more points, I mean, from field goals. And then nobody else really did anything for the Spurs. Castle had a good game, but after that, it's real pedestrian. You mentioned Dylan Harper, but nothing from Johnson, nothing from Harrison Barnes, which I thought he could really be a factor. Carter Bryant is hit or miss. He's struggling with confidence issues, and Cornette is supposed to be that like the little bit of a tier 2 with Wemby, where he's a little bit more athletic, can get into more transition game with him, right? And can play a little bit better pick and roll defense, and he did absolutely nothing. So it just comes down to Hart's game and the lack of scoring from the Spurs off their bench.
Yeah, and I mean, even we mentioned, De'Aaron Fox, a guy who's probably the second best player on the Spurs. I mean, that's a big question. Who's the second best player on the Spurs? It's probably De'Aaron Fox, being the second all-star to him. He had 7 points, 3 of 13, 0 of 4 from the three-point line. Devin Vessel, another one of their starters, logging over 35 minutes per game, only scores 9, 4 of 11, 1 of 6 from 3. And yes, the Spurs did have that lead at the half, but the second half, the Knicks surge. Jalen Brunson struggled the first 3 quarters and then drops double figures in that fourth, and leading away to outscoring the Spurs 28-21 in the third, and then a dominant 29-19 in the fourth. the Spurs going forward, I think it's just who's going to complement Victor Wembanyama, because the Knicks know they have the matchups with that. They have Mitchell Robinson back. It was question mark what he's going to do. He only scores 2 points, but as you mentioned, he's kind of like a Josh Hart guy. He's just there to be a big body in the paint.
6 rebounds.
Haul rebounds.
Yeah. I mean, so what the rebounding is huge, because Wemby, as you've seen throughout the playoffs, is able to essentially throw the ball off the backboard at times and get it to himself and put it back in. Well, when you have guys that are not only 6'10" and above, which Cat is, and obviously Robinson, they're more like bigger physically than Wemby. You're able to neutralize his effectiveness, on the offensive boards. And then also you got to think, though, with Karl Anthony Towns, ever since he's came into the league, he's been one of the better rebounders in the league. So he's cleaning the boards. And I think also with the New York Knicks is that they felt like they were slighted. They've had, they've gelled at the right time. They kind of struggled during the season to kind of really find their motion. You got a new coach. You're trying to figure out, your rotation. They were only playing 6 guys last playoffs. Mike Brown's trying to figure out his rotation. They hit it at the right time. And then when you have a team that feels like they're disrespected and you bring a little bit of that New York swag, you saw what is on display. But I fully expect the Spurs to bounce back. Fatigue, I think, hurt the Spurs a little bit, because when you look at it, it's every 4 of 11, 3 of 13, 6 of 21. That's some dead legs and physicality.
And the Knicks are coming off a long rest after getting a sweep in the Eastern Conference Finals.
So they better find a way to get in the cold tub or whatever, because you don't get to play them on Tuesday and then play them again on Saturday. You're teeing it up again tomorrow. And this is going to be a physical series. So the one thing I think the Knicks saw from OKC, if you're able to do 2 things, get Wemby out away from the basket, get him in some pick and rolls, and maybe isolate him, especially with Karl Anthony Towns' ability to drive and he's crafty around the basket, you can wear him out a little bit. And then you have to get into his chest.
And then you look at the Knicks, like we talk about, they had the long break and everything like that. But winning is contagious. This is a team who hasn't lost in quite some time. Obviously the days off in the NBA go by. You have maybe 2 days between games, sometimes 3. And they haven't lost in a long time. Yes, they struggled a little bit with the Hawks in that first series, but then dominated in a historic blowout to close out that series. Then, like you said, a team that kind of felt disrespected. A lot of people were talking about the Celtics and the Pistons, myself included, going into the playoffs. And then they play, the Sixers, sweep them. Then they play the Cavs, a team who, bring in James Harden and potentially make a run for a championship, sweep them. And now they're playing a team in the finals who a lot of people are high on because they knocked out the defending champs. Winning's contagious. And the Knicks team, they have a lot of chemistry, and I think that helps a long way. And you mentioned Mike Brown, they go through the struggles, not a flashy hire, but when they put it all together and put the body of work together, winning's contagious. They have good chemistry. They figured it out. They ran through the East, regardless if the East or the West is better. When you're winning, 11 plus games at this stage of the season, it's contagious across the board.
Yeah, they had a little bit of the mic into a huddle during a timeout, and Karl Anthony Towns wasn't in the game, but he was talking to his team. And he said, listen, we just got to keep leaning on our defense. Our offense will get going. That was in the first quarter, down by 8. Hold tight. Go in the half, down by 7. And then they come out and tie the game, right? That's when the offense gets going. And then you outscore them by 10 in the fourth quarter. So the ability to stick together is not something that they've had in years past. I think Mike Brown doesn't get enough credit as being a defensive a defensive-oriented head coach, but he's always had a lot of really good offensive players around him, but they play really good defense. Even when he was at Cleveland, and obviously when at Sacramento, he did there as well. So, look, San Antonio, they might have thought that they won, and, I maybe thought that too. It's like the NBA Finals was, last week. You in for a dogfight.
And you look at the stats here. I have stats to back this up. But number one, people get really reactionary with game 1 of series across sports, whether that be hockey, NBA, etc. In the NBA Finals, the team that wins game 1 goes on to win the series roughly 71 to 75% of the time. That's just roughly. However, the game 1 winner has claimed the title over 70% of the time in the finals history. While that happens, the context of home court advantage is a huge point of it. So if the home team wins game 1, that home team goes on to win the NBA Finals 78% of the time. If the away team wins game 1, which we saw last night, the advantage drops significantly, with the road team going on to win the series just 47% of the time, which in recent memory, we've seen that. We saw the Pacers last year beat the Thunder with the Tyrese Halliburton hitting one of the many ridiculous shots he had game winners. So, people are going to say, okay, momentum's on the Knicks side. However, game one doesn't decide a series because you still got to win 3 more. And as we talked about this entire segment, it's hard to win in postseason play.
Yeah, and I mean, look, everybody's desperate. There is no tomorrow. You're playing for one thing and one thing only. And, the Spurs, you feel like they have a championship team, and so do the Knicks. And, yeah, you're able to get, game one. But you have to expect you're going to get a better shot from the Spurs moving forward. And so you have to make sure you have a game plan. And you can't go into this game and okay, once we get down by 10 or 12 and get blown out, just kind of throw your hands up unless it gets totally out of control. You got to really take in some data on what the Spurs have or changes they've made from game 1 and game 2. Because game 3 is crucial. Because if they drop game 2, meaning the Knicks, you're back to 0-0. You have to defend your home court. You're in a 5-game old school first round of the playoff series, the first of 3. And so you definitely have to win those 2 at home and then try to see what you can get on the third one at home. So the pressure is still on. You're not out of the weeds. It's a good start. But you got to expect that, but not only the Spurs will give you the best shot, but the NBA wants this thing to go as long as possible.
Yeah, they couldn't ask for a better matchup on paper. And like you said, if you're going in down 2-0 going into Madison Square Garden, it's going to be a tough hole to dig yourself out of.
If they're going in down 2-0, it's over. It's just a matter of when. You going into hell.
It's a lion's den, essentially.
You're going into hell. New York fans are crazy.
I mean, you saw them. I saw all the videos about them. They won 1 game in the NBA Finals, and people are already dancing in the streets and everything.
It's been a long time, man.
I read it off the other night on late night. It's been, you go back, the last time, played like the Rochester Royals and the Minneapolis Lakers and stuff like that. 1999, they played the Spurs, ironically. That was Patrick Ewing's out for the year. I was less than 1 year old during that, but I've seen the videos and everything like that. And, New York fans have been through a lot. New York sports fans. You look at, the Yankees, they've come close. The Mets, they've come close in the last 10 years, have struggled a bit.
Rangers,
Islanders.
Yeah.
I won't
Giants. Don't talk about the Jets.
I was going to skip
leave the Jets out of it. The Jets has just been, Jets are like the, Dookie stay in your underwear. Just don't want to go away.
I wasn't even going to mention the NFL because I knew the people knew what the New York Football Giants and the New York Jets were going to do. But
the Giants have won, obviously.
With Tom Coughlin and company, Eli Manning twice.
Yeah,
but
they won 2 Super Bowls. With the Jets, though, with was it Rob Ryan?
Rex
Ryan. They were supposed to be really good.
Every year
they went up to the Patriots and beat them, and then they lost the next week, and then it was their year, and then
Rex Ryan used to always call his shot like during training camp. It was always, this is our year, and they got close with Mark Sanchez, as you mentioned, and
to the butt fumble, and then and ever since then the organization hasn't been the same.
Different coaches, different GMs, different quarterbacks, and sometimes you got to move forward to move back. So now they get Geno Smith. So we'll see where that goes down the stretch. Old School, Heartland, Nebraska Windows. Thanks for sponsoring Hour 1. We'll be right back after this break. Jay Foreman, Nick Wyman hanging out with you, 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products, Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play it against sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Couple Chevrolet, GMC, and Chevrolet. And GMC Truck Month is here. Absolutely huge discounts and 2.9% for 72 months. I also just wanted to share a little bit more about the Couple family. They've been serving the Omaha and Lincoln and surrounding communities for over 50 years with great customer service and small town charm. That's always been our motto, and we absolutely will not be undersold. It truly is confident buying and confident driving. So come on in, meet the team, check us out at Koppel or at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been servicing the southeast Nebraska area since 1921, specializing in HVAC systems, bathroom remodels, duct cleaning, backflow testing, and so much more. With a network of trained technicians ready to assist you, Green's Furnace and Plumbing is your source for dedicated commercial HVAC service for your business, building, or even your home, so it can run without all those unwanted interruptions. Learn more by visiting their website at callgreens.com or give them a call at 402-467-4444 today.
Planet Fitness has everything you need from warm up to wind down, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to bring a friend anytime, access any of our 2,800 plus clubs, or reset and recover in the Black Card Spa, we're ready to fuel your momentum and then some. Enjoy all the perks with the Planet Fitness Black Card. Join the club today for $1 down, $24.99 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends June 12th.
See club for details.
At LES, safety always comes first for you and their employees. This National Safety Month, visit les.com/safety for easy tips to stay safe around electricity at home and at work. Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, take the worm, put it on the hook. Now bring your pole back and throw it forward. And just let the fish come to you.
I got a bite! It's a big one, Dad!
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
When you or someone you know has been seriously injured and you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will fight for the justice you deserve in court to get the very best possible outcome. Trust the compassionate and hardworking attorneys at Liberty Law Group when you need an attorney in Nebraska or Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
Hey everyone, it's Brie Marie. Join me and James Rowland every Sunday night at 7 p.m. from April through August for The Finish Line. We'll do laps around the headlines in dirt track racing, let the rubber meet the road for NASCAR news, and talk with special guests, including your favorite local drivers and racing personalities. That's The Finish Line, Sunday at 7 p.m. all summer long on 93.7 The Ticket.
When Nebraska businesses win, we all win. And the Nebraska Chamber is helping make that happen, tackling the tough stuff like job creation, affordable and accessible childcare, and building a stronger workforce. We're stepping up so local businesses can step forward. If you want to see Nebraska keep growing, keep competing, and keep winning, get connected with the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Learn more at nechamber.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
New from Arbor Axe House comes Benny's Battle Barge, the mobile axe throwing adventure. Perfect for festivals, parties, fundraisers, and celebrations. Charter the barge at arboraxe.com or call Arbor Axe House at 402-802-9696. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Old School. Nick Wyman stepping in for Austin Orman alongside Jay Foreman. Just got done talking about the NBA Finals. Probably will come up more as Harrison Arns jumps in here on the ones and twos for hour 2 and hour 3 of this Old School. Well, we're going to stick local. Husker football. The season will be here 93 days before the college football season officially kicks off for the 2026 campaign with week 0. But before that, you'll have fall camp starting up and everything in between. But Nebraska football, a lot of new with this season. Obviously, new coaches, new quarterback, new players across the board. The identity, I think, is still a question in a sense for not just for fans of the team, but everybody who kind of follows along throughout the ride that Nebraska football brings. And people are curious before Nebraska takes the field against the Ohio Bobcats at the beginning of the season in early September. I ask you, Jay, you have Anthony Calandria there, you have TJ Lateef and company, Daniel Kalen, there's the quarterbacks. You have 3 different running backs you potentially could see across the board. We saw a snippet of a little bit of everything across the board with the spring game a couple of months ago. But what would you say the identity is? Because you're bringing a new offensive line coach, you have a new defensive coordinator, but just sticking with the offensive side of things, what's the identity for Nebraska? We've seen a lot of different movement parts with Matt Rule during his tenure here at Nebraska. But what's the identity and what does Nebraska want to be with the football program in 2026?
Well, I mean, I think they want to, be a physical team, a Big Ten team. Then I guess they're trying to work towards that. Obviously, with DC, the investment in the offensive line. Now, granted, the investment coincides with, the last couple of years, guys from Scott Frost era that held over, aged out. So it's kind of, you had to, you know what I mean? But also, when you have to and doing it, and it seems like these guys are, a pretty good unit, at least right now. That's pretty good. So I think they're trying to be, like a consistent, like physical team that you kind of would just when you think just blindly of a Big Ten team. And they're just working towards it. It's just not right where he wants it right now.
And if you'd love to be a part of the conversation, 402-464-5685, the Sartor Heyman Jewelers text line. We can just go by, skill positions to make our way down to the offensive line as well. The quarterback position, you kind of have a different flavor of quarterbacks across the board. You have TJ Lateef. We saw snippets of him. He gets kind of thrown in the fire, as we've mentioned multiple times. Ends up playing that bowl game. And, as a freshman, you kind of expect, freshman mistakes. Freshmen don't always play perfect right off the bat. You have him there. You have Daniel Kalen, who's coming back after making the trip to Virginia and now coming back. And then Anthony Colander, who right now is, in podium position right now for the QB1 position, and more than likely what we're going to see out of him. I'm curious what they're all kind of bringing to the table, because you have guys pushing each other in camp. I mean, I assume throughout the spring, throughout the fall, those guys are all going to be on each other's tails, because, there's one guy who can play the quarterback position. If you got, what's the famous quote? If you got more than one quarterback, you got no quarterback. And right. Nebraska's hoping, they load up on depth at quarterback, because maybe that was an issue going back a couple of years, not just last year, but years before. Mm-hmm. Now you have a couple guys in case something happens with injuries. But you're looking with Anthony Colander, what he brings to the offense alongside the complementary guys around him. We talked about the Elite 11 for a long time the last couple of days. You have a quarterback, you need development still, regardless if you're a freshman or a senior, but you also need the skill guys and the coaching around you.
Yeah, I mean, it's look, the quarterback room's a lot different than, it has been in, the last couple of years. And, that's not a bad thing. It's not even a knock on the old quarterback room, because I think that, Dylan came in, you're waiting for him to take the reins. He did it. He won it. And then last year he was starter. And then up until getting hurt, he had, for what they were asking him to do, and he was performing. Now, he could have definitely played better, right? I mean, yes. But he didn't play as bad as people try to make it out to it right now. Like, he was horrible. Mm-hmm. And it's the reason why Nebraska lost games. You lose games because everybody doesn't play well. So then you look at this room, it's, they've upgraded, like, if you think about it, they've upgraded the offensive line, upgraded the overall, it's like productive capacity of a room, at least on paper. You had the conference player of the year in the Colander coming over from UNLV, by the way, of Virginia before that. Then you had Kalen that was at Virginia that started some games last year. And then you had TJ Lateef that was forced into action and then, showed some glimpses and just needed experience and seasoning, obviously as a freshman that hadn't even played. The difference between Dylan coming in and being essentially the starter by middle to late spring and then starting every game, his whole freshman year then versus TJ Lateef coming in, even though early enrollee, not playing. We didn't have a spring game. Go through fall camp and you just get it, you're not playing at all, and then boom, and I think the third quarter you're in the game. Mm-hmm. That's completely different. You can't judge the two freshmen, that way. Mm-hmm. And so that experience is invaluable to him. And so, of course, if Colander is the quarterback, you want him to take every snap that you can. But if not, then you feel like you got, guys, at least they better be, viable and productive if he's, not able to take every snap.
And then you go to the running back position. Emmett Johnson, very valuable in the production he did across the board, not just this past season, but, really took a huge step to getting, drafted in the NFL draft, which is a huge mark in itself. There's been loaded running back classes year after year, and he's a part of it, and he's going to Kansas City now. You have about three names. You have Quentin Ives, Mekhi Nelson, and then Isaiah Mosey. And then you also have, a guy like Jamal Rule, who stepped up really big, made a name for himself in the spring game across the board in that one. You have a couple names out there, and, obviously a couple of them are sophomores. Ives has kind of been there. He's a junior now, redshirt junior. And then you have Jamal Rule, who kind of steps on the campus and has that, that big run in the spring game, which was kind of the big highlight.
Yeah.
I'm curious to where they go with that, because and we know in the Big Ten, running backs reign supreme. If you have a really good running back, we've seen it time and time again with Wisconsin when they were dominating years. Quarterback just kind of had the, didn't have to be flashy, do his thing, but the running backs, they provide a huge spark. So I'm curious where Nebraska goes with the names they have right now. I'm not saying, none of those guys are capable of doing it. I'm just curious which one is able to take control when, week one comes to hits us in 93 days.
Well, in college football, you have to be able to run the ball and you got to stop the run.
Mm-hmm.
In professional football or in NFL, you can get away with, living and dying by the explosive passes. So it's going to look different because, Emmett Johnson, not only, it wasn't like he was grandfathered or like manipulated into, he didn't manipulate the process into it, he wasn't given anything. He played so well, they couldn't take him off the field.
Yes.
He was really good in the pass game, excellent in the run game, phenomenal in his preparation, physical and never like wore down. So he was your best option, and he was head and shoulder. He kept getting better. Now this year you just have a ton of inexperience. You didn't get anybody out of the portal, so what that means is that you have to they really believe in Nelson. You've been hearing about him, and then obviously you saw the bowl game with the breakaway speed because he's. I probably say him and Rule are the fastest, and maybe Nelson. I'd just probably say Nelson just because I've seen him.
I've
seen him in a college game. Break a decently long run, and then you got eyes where if he's healthy, he looks a lot different. He's the biggest one. He's like kind of like what you think of like a Big Ten running back, big physical looking kid. And, he seems like he had a good spring and looked like he was, finally healthy. And then the young buck comes in as an early enrollee, who I was able to see in high school for the last couple of years because I trained a kid and that went to Providence Day, or a couple kids that went to Providence Day who had played him. And I always thought it was funny. His name was Jamal Rule. Nebraska's recruiting him, Matt Rule. He's a brother. So I was like, hey, Matt, you related to Matt Rule, but he is probably in my opinion, the most natural running back. Meaning like just and I think they do a good job because I think they developed Emmett and all this, all that stuff, and developed, Nelson. You know what I'm saying? So I think they developed him, but I think just naturally knowing how to run the football. Now, granted, I was able to see him in high school, so my grading process is a little bit skewed. Mosey was a receiver, so he's still learning, but they've done a really good job of really developing him, and so it's good. The most interesting thing, I think they're all four going to play. Maybe wait until Jamal just probably has to like keep knocking at the door. The three of them, I'm assuming, are going to play.
Before we go to break, and we'll talk about the skill position guys and the O-line before you wrap up hour one on the other side. You saw Jamal Rule in high school. What stood out to you the first time you saw Jamal Rule, the high school running back?
Well, when the team that he's playing, he wasn't able to get off a little bit. They were good. They were nationally ranked.
Yes.
So, and them linebackers were tuned up pretty good. But the one thing, he was really had really good balance. He had, was hitting the right holes. I think he had like 80-some yards, which was good against an
elite team.
Physical, ran behind his pads well, and had good quickness. He gave him everything that they could handle. They had to gang tackle him, but he was, really the whole team. And so he's no different here. And the most interesting thing of this group is just who's going to really, or who they decide is going to be, or who really, I don't know how they're going to grade it, but whoever steps up and is going to be that guy that's going to start.
And that's good. Competition, bleeds excellence. And I think that's a really cool thing with Nebraska. You have the quarterback room with Anthony Calandry coming, and then you mentioned these running backs. We've seen Mekhi Nelson, tidbits there. We've seen, Quentin Ives, he's, like you mentioned, bigger running back. And you have Jamal Rule, which you've seen firsthand. And I'm gonna have to find that high school tape of that game. It sounds like a pretty good game on paper, to say the least.
It wasn't close.
It wasn't close?
No. But the team was good. He was a good player.
You're just playing the best of the best, which is good. You want to see him play the best of the best.
He's a good player. He very easily probably could have transferred to some school he wanted. He did his thing.
And 80 yards on a team like that is still pretty solid. Plus, he had 80-some yards right off the bat in that spring game, right down the sideline. We'll talk about more on the other side, Husker football identity. We'll talk more skill position guys and O-line coming up next here on Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Planet Fitness has everything you need from warm up to wind down, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to bring a friend anytime, access any of our 2,800 plus clubs, or reset and recover in the Black Card Spa, we're ready to fuel your momentum and then some. Enjoy all the perks with the Planet Fitness Black Card. Join the club today for $1 down, $24.99 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends June 12th.
See club for details.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, take the worm, put it on the hook. Now bring your pole back and throw it forward. And just let the fish come to you.
I got a bite! It's a big one, Dad!
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most. At LES, safety always comes first for you and their employees. This National Safety Month, visit les.com/safety for easy tips to stay safe around electricity at home and at work.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $199 per month for 36 months.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1008721. Previous service loaner. $199 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 10650 to assignee. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close-up like never before. To purchase tickets or to sign up for volunteer opportunities, please visit www.lincolnchallenger.com. Not just a stop, a stage. Lincoln Challenger 2026.
Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, take the worm, put it on the hook. Now bring your pole back and throw it forward. And just let the fish come to you.
I got a bite! It's a big one, Dad!
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Hey everyone, this is Austin Orman from Old School with Foreman and Orman, live from 1040 O Street in the heart of downtown Lincoln, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. My favorite thing about downtown Lincoln has to be the year-round energy. Downtown Lincoln never stops. It's easy to get to, has everything you could need or want in dining, entertainment, and retail, and of course it has Lincoln's best sports talk, proudly located in downtown Lincoln on the corner of 11th and O.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been servicing the southeast Nebraska area since 1921, specializing in HVAC systems, bathroom remodels, duct cleaning, backflow testing, and so much more. With a network of trained technicians ready to assist you, Green's Furnace and Plumbing is your source for dedicated commercial HVAC service for your business, building, or even your home, so it can run without all those unwanted interruptions. Learn more by visiting their website at callgreens.com or give them a call at 402-467-4444 today.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey everyone, it's Brie Marie. Join me and James Rowland every Sunday night at 7 p.m. from April through August for the finish line. We'll do laps around the headlines and dirt track racing, let the rubber meet the road for NASCAR news, and talk with special guests, including your favorite local drivers and racing personalities. That's the finish line, Sunday at 7 p.m. all summer long on 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, Old School. Nick Wyman here. One more segment with you before I hand it off to Harrison Arns to cap off 2 more hours of Old School alongside Jay Foreman. Jay, we continue to dive into Husker football roster breakdown right now as we are 93 days away from the college football season officially beginning. We looked at running back and quarterback just in the past segment. Let's do quickly through the skill position guys. You have, Isaiah Hunter. You're looking for, more production across the wide receiver room. You have Ja'Cory Barney there. You have Cortez Mills, Quinn Clark and company as well. A lot of names. And then you go to the Titans. You have Luke Lindemeyer there, Carter Nelson, obviously from out Western Nebraska. I'm curious again where the production comes from. So you have guys who have seen the field, but who's going to be, really that true number one guy, and then who's going to complement that guy across the board?
I mean, it's yet to be seen. I mean, I think you think Hunter's going to be it, but then you got Kilmer that came in. He's productive. And then you got Barney. So I think it's just whoever, I mean, a lot of it's based on how the play calls and who's going to be the first and second option. But it's going to be interesting to see, who kind of connects with Calandria. Where does he go under pressure, right? Now, I think Luke Lindemeyer early in the season was a outlet for Dylan. And so, had 29 catches last year. Barney had 45. Hunter had 43. They could still have very productive years and having the same stats, maybe, a little bit more volume, but you're also going to have to create some more separation. So, you got guys that not only are coming in from the portal, Kilmer, you got to think you got Quinn Clark and Jones, Mills, Smith, all these guys that are showing potential. And so it's a good problem to have along with Luke Lindemeyer. So it as much as I said it was going to be interesting to see which running back's going to step up, it's going to be which wide receivers. Barney's going to be out there. So, where's Hunter going to fit in as the true alpha number one? Then who's going to be the other outside two, and then who fits in after that?
And then the most interesting question, I think, to cap off this hour is the offensive line. You have Geep Wade coming in, new offensive line coach, and a whole lot of different players coming from different stories, whether that's South Carolina, Iowa State, everywhere else. Justin Evans kind of being the anchor, and Elijah Pritchard, two guys who were on the team last year. But you're adding in a whole new offensive line. And as we know in football, the offensive line, the trenches mean a whole lot. And Nebraska offensive line, if they have that going, it opens up a lot of things, not only for your quarterback or your running back, but also your wide receivers across the board.
Well, you got, three new guys coming in. You got two starters back, Pritchard and Evans. So, you feel like that. You got your center taken care of and your left tackle, right? So you feel like if, Pritchard is going to be better this year, kind of more mature. And then you brought in, you brought in Tree, you brought in, Black from Iowa State, and then you brought in the LSU guard. You feel pretty comfortable right there, just at least on paper. All of them has started. Black is a 3-year start, going to be a 4-year starter. Pritchard has started 3 years, going to be 4. Evans has been a stalwart in there, as well. So, I think Geep Wade and the more attention and resources into the offensive line is definitely in the forefront, and that's what has to lead this offense and this team is that offense and defensive line, and particularly offensive line.
And Tree Babalade has probably got one of the best offensive line names, I think, in the country. Your name Tree, that's an awesome name in itself.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big dude. Came from South Carolina. Wasn't a full-time starter. I think he kind of like rotationally started. But I think he's going to be all right.
Our man Eric, late in the chat, is about man Jay Foreman. Just sent that 3 minutes ago. He's late. Usually he's right on time.
Yeah, where you at, Eric?
What are we doing?
The party already started.
Yeah, you're late. You are very late on the show. I don't think is that allowed, Jay? He does give you a lot of.
I give him a break. Unlike him.
Oh, unlike him. Yeah, he does.
I always have a peace treaty going on with Eric, but he always breaks it.
Oh, he said he's working. Well, we're working too.
Yeah,
that's not an excuse. We're still on time. We don't
want to hear that nonsense.
Yeah,
just say my bad and leave it at that.
See,
that's it. Hey, Thomas and Lincoln, be ready at 4:30. What's some other dudes? All you guys, unknown texter 9174. Be ready. 2280. Be ready. I'm coming. Full clip.
Full.
Study on. The flow's gonna be impeccable.
At 4:30.
At 4:30.
Hold on.
And especially if Kevin Meyer from Meyer Cork and Bottle, when he comes in for Thursday, 13th and South, if he brings them, look, he's undefeated on bringing in libations. I'm going to be talking a lot of junk.
And you got Harrison in here, and that might be. We talk about the Farley versus Foreman. I think Foreman versus Arns might be one of the bigger ririvalries here.
No. I mean, like I said, I'm a Jordan fan.
It's a civil rivalry.
I'm a Jordan fan, but this is the thing. We're trying to get you to get out of your own way.
Yeah.
And not hate LeBron because you love Jordan, and not hate Jordan because you love LeBron.
Eric also asked if you were preparing for the hot ones. He is not. He is not. He's
I already did that.
He already did it.
I got dominated. I took an L.
He wiped that clip off the face of the earth as well.
I didn't do anything about that. I had no idea about the clip. Listen, I was in no condition to worry about where that clip went. I never want to see a hot wings challenge again, because whatever you see on TV is definitely worse, and it doesn't go away, at least for me.
I same with it. I can say that I only tried the 3 hottest ones, but they were tough. Old School continues on the other side, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
Planet Fitness has everything you need from warm-up to wind-down, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to bring a friend anytime, access any of our 2,800-plus clubs, or reset and recover in the Black Card Spa, we're ready to fuel your momentum, and then some. Enjoy all the perks with the Planet Fitness Black Card. Join the club today for $1 down, $24.99 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends June 12th.
See club for details.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, take the worm, put it on the hook. Now bring your pole back and throw it forward. And just let the fish come to you.
I got a bite! It's a big one, Dad!
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
New from Arbor Axe House comes Benny's Battle Barge, the mobile axe throwing adventure. Perfect for festivals, parties, fundraisers, and celebrations. Charter the barge at arbораxe.com or call Arbor Axe House at 402-802-9696. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage, 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
When Nebraska businesses win, we all win. And the Nebraska Chamber is helping make that happen. Tackling the tough stuff like job creation, affordable and accessible childcare, and building a stronger workforce. We're stepping up so local businesses can step forward. If you want to see Nebraska keep growing, keep competing, and keep winning, get connected with the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Learn more at nechamber.com.
Hey, this is Jay Foreman, the host of Old School, 3 to 6 p.m. here at 93.7 The Ticket. And one of my favorite things to do is come down and meet all the fans before and after as they cheer on our beloved Huskers.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been servicing the southeast Nebraska area since 1921, specializing in HVAC systems, bathroom remodels, duct cleaning, backflow testing, and so much more. With a network of trained technicians ready to assist you, Green's Furnace and Plumbing is your source for dedicated commercial HVAC service for your business, building, or even your home, so it can run without all those unwanted interruptions. Learn more by visiting their website at callgreens.com or give them a call at 402-467-4444 today.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Why wait until Friday to start your weekend?
Go ahead, start right now.
You're thirsty now, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to help you stock up.
Just in time for the weekend when I like to hit the clubs.
Time to broaden your horizons and try some new wine and beer. It's Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle.
Yeah, there it is.
That was a good one.
It was good. It was great.
Gentlemen.
Looking tan, rested.
Feeling good, Winthorpe.
Rejuvenated.
Indeed. Did you get that? That was a Trading Places reference?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah, I got you. You have a good trip?
Indeed. Yeah. Didn't catch any fish, though. I had a better chance of catching a cold, but supposedly the mahi were running. I just couldn't find them. So I was,
And you don't take a guide, right?
No, we just rent a boat.
Yeah.
The funny thing is like, you just, most of the time, unless you get out into deep water, you're just sort of island hopping and never gets really any deeper than 20, 25 feet.
Yeah. And you got to go.
You got to go out there ways. But yeah. When at one time though, I was to my right, a half a mile was 5,200 feet, and to my left, a quarter of a mile was 33 feet. So I'm figuring I'm right on the trench. This is where they're going to be.
Yeah.
Nothing. Not a darn thing. But you know what? The best part is just being out there, and if you catch something, it's a bonus.
Yeah.
Kind of feel like same way I feel about golf. I just love being out there. If I play well, it's a bonus.
Yeah, it's always kind of crazy. You can go down to the Bahamas, on Monday, and then be back here on, Thursday. A totally different place in the world.
It's definitely special. Oh, hey, guess who I saw when I was there? Raheem Mostert.
You did?
Really? Yeah.
From the Dolphins?
Yeah. And there was some other Dolphin. I didn't recognize anybody else, but I was like, there was like a table of like 12 dudes, and they look athletic, some bigger guys, in regular clothes though, they don't look, crazy. But, so I was talking to one of them and I was like, you guys look too old to be at a bachelor party. And he's like, yeah, we're just, a bunch of guys from South Florida like to, go out and have a good time. And then in comes Raheem Mostert. And I'm like, oh man, you guys are, and then they had a boat captain too, that dude was out of control. But, this guy's name was Solomon. Do you know anybody named Solomon who plays for?
Yeah, that's Jake the Sorensen.
Jake
Sorensen, the resident Dolphin fan.
Yeah. Anyway, but it was funny because he couldn't have been nicer, and he was like not partying with the rest of the guys. He was just kind of hanging out, having a good time, and it was kind of cool.
Quick little flight for them too. From
Miami. I think they were on a boat. Yeah. So,
how long is that boat ride from?
I was going to say,
Fort Lauderdale to the Bahamas.
I've never taken one from Florida. From there, I've taken a boat from Nassau.
Yeah.
And on a calm day, you can get there where we like to go in an hour and 15 minutes from Nassau. But I've never tried it from Florida. But I think you can get there from South Florida in a couple 3 hours. But it depends on where you're going too. Like the Bahamas, there's 700 islands. So. If you're going to Exuma, that's a lot longer trip than if you're going to Nassau or New Providence or something like that. So,
I got you.
So you know how you've been telling me I've been batting 1,000. I might, this might be a swing and a miss, but we're going to go with a beer called Three Floyds Zombie Dust.
Okay.
This is out of Munster, Indiana, and it's sort of an intense pale ale, so it's going to be hoppy. And I'm not sure if you're going to like it, but
you can smell the hops right off the rip.
Munster, Indiana.
Munster, Indiana. And the crazy thing about this beer is that when craft beer was in the height of its popularity, if we would have got in a couple cases of this, there would have been a line around the block to buy one can. And now it just becomes available here and there. And, it's not as big of a deal, but I thought I would bring it in to share it and see what y'all think.
It's hoppy, but it's not too bad.
It's not super bitter.
Yeah.
It's good tasting.
Yeah, I think you undersold yourself.
Yeah,
Well,
this isn't bad at all.
Yeah.
I think you have to like that taste.
Pressure. I think you. Hey, Kevin.
I sold you.
You let the pressure of being the man. You're the man. Hey, listen. Know that you're the man. Every choice that you make is always the right one.
Well,
this is when you walked in here and questioned your confidence, and you knocked it out of the park again.
Well, I think you're way too kind of giving me way too much credit, but I'm glad you like it. It's something different, something we haven't done in a while. Like I said, before in the air, for the longest time, all I drank were like IPAs and super hoppy beers, and I just sort of lost my taste for it. So I just haven't been bringing in as many of those. But I thought this is sort of a one-off, sort of a special kind of beer. And like I said, 5-6 years ago, there would have been a line around the block.
What would you eat with this type of beer? Is this the brat?
That's hard to pass up, right? Like
that's what I'm thinking I would have.
A good brat. There's certain can't miss pairings. Good, grilled wings. Something with the buffalo sauce cut through a little bit of that bitterness. But it's citrusy, it's bitter, but it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, it's not overbearing.
And it's pretty darn good. And not only that, but has kind of a cool can. So and a cool name, Zombie Dust.
And from the one of the coolest names, Munster, Indiana.
Munster, Indiana.
That sounds like an offensive lineman from there.
It does.
It does.
Right?
Yeah.
It's where Jack Lambert should be from, Munster, Indiana.
But
that does sound like a legendary players, it's like Larry Bird or something like that.
Guy that
French lick.
Right. Known for clearing out the bars and stuff like that too. What do we got here?
A new Napa Valley cab. Well, not really new. So sometimes things go through a cycle where we'll carry a certain brand of wines for a long time, and then we have customers that are regulars, and they're like, okay, I've tried that, I really enjoy that, let me try something else. And then think what's old becomes new again. So this is Black Stallion Estate. It was Winery of the Year a couple of years ago for Napa Valley. It's a cab, because me, I'm a big cab guy. But the cool thing is that we got a much better price point on this than what it used to be. It was $40 on the shelf every day for a long time. That now we have them for $30. And I think what's happening is that we're seeing a price correction out of Napa Valley, especially just North Coast in general. Those wines got really expensive really quick. And so I think we're sort of seeing that come back to earth. So this is a 2023 Napa Valley cab called Black Stallion, all estate grown, which essentially means that they're not buying grapes from other people. They're only making the wine from what they grow themselves.
Ooh.
And they make a ton of wine. I think probably 20 different kinds. And some of their stuff is $300-400 a pop. And for a Napa Valley Cabernet of this quality for $30 is harder to find these days. So thought I'd bring it and share it with you. It just came back in today.
What do you think, Jay?
I like it. I like it a lot. Pretty smooth.
Oh yeah.
I like it real smooth. And what I was going to say, from playing in San Francisco, being in Napa Valley a couple of times, and I wanted you tell me, is that when I always do like the smell test, when you said Napa Valley, it just has a certain smell.
It has a certain characteristic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it is, boy, that's just velvety. It's plush. There's not an edge to that whatsoever. And
That can be in trouble.
sometimes, yeah, you can get in trouble with something like that. But sometimes essentially red wines have what's called tannin, and essentially tannin comes from the grape skins and also the barrels. That's what I love about this. I'm sorry, I get so distracted. How do you guys put on a radio show and look out the window all day?
And see Michael Jackson.
Yeah, just saw Michael Jackson walk by.
You probably just watched the movie.
You know that the commercials that you have about the Downtown Lincoln Association, you're like, the thing I like most about downtown is meeting the fans, blah, blah, blah. Thing I love most about downtown is looking out that window and people watching.
You see a lot of stuff out there.
Football season.
It was straight out of Thriller, man. I'm surprised he didn't walk backwards. Oh, man. Anyway, so where was I? Tannin. So tannin comes from the grape skins, and essentially that's like the wine skeleton. That's its body. And then, the fruit sort of fills in the flesh. And tannin, like I said, comes from the grape skin. So when they crush the grapes, they allow those skins to stay in contact with the juice, and it's a process called maceration. But where the tannins are most concentrated is where the stem of the grape meets the grape itself, and it's what's called the pip. And that little brown spot where the stem is on there, that's really concentrated in tannin. So that's really what creates the wine's body. But that's also what gives it its bite. And this one, to me, is rich without having a bite to it at all. And especially, straight from the jump with just corking it and not letting it breathe and that sort of thing. It really, really smooth. This might be my new go-to wine.
Yeah, I'm not like a heavy wine drinker, and I don't really feel the tannin even nipping on the heels. I can't taste it very much.
Just plush.
It's smooth, yeah.
Good legs on it too.
What'd you say it led to the prices coming down? Was it the forest fires that caused them to go up at
No,
first? Or?
It was like, just like a lot of things we've seen here, especially since COVID and whatnot. But they just saw, Napa Valley Wines just saw, to me, like 40, 50, 60% price increase over a period of just like 1 or 2 years.
Holy smokes.
And I don't know what all went into that. Sometimes it's like, you raise your price, I'm going to raise my price.
Yeah.
And let's face it, sometimes in wine, you pay a certain premium for prestige. So you're not really necessarily paying more for what's in the bottle. You're paying for availability or lack thereof. You're paying for production levels. You're also paying for things like exclusivity, intangible things. So I think maybe they got a little over their skis on that a little bit. But Napa is also an increasingly expensive place to do business. And also they've had trouble with fires and all that kind of business as well. And so I think a combination of those factors led to them getting maybe overpriced in some regards. And so we're seeing some corrections from that. So we're able to put a wine like this on the shelf for $30 when 10 years ago it was 40.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Kevin, I wanted to ask, I mean, obviously, I don't know whether you know or not, but in like places like Napa Valley, where places like, you're known for like multiple, I mean, probably close to maybe 20, 30, wineries right in that little area, probably even more.
Oh, hundreds,
right?
Yeah.
So for that population of people, right, in that, just say California, like how many, it's got to be like a bottle of wine a night. I mean, because everybody around there probably has a bottle of wine, within a family, obviously, husband and wife or a partner or whatever it is per day, right? I mean, because it's part of their diet.
You would think, yeah. And that's true in Europe. You see that a lot in Italy. You see that a lot in France. People will drink it at lunch.
Right.
It's not considered really a beverage or an alcoholic drink. It's considered a food. And so when it's part of your culture like that, it sort of changes your perspective on just how you see it. And so if you start to consider it as part of the meal versus something like an alcoholic drink to like get a buzz from or something like that, it really changes the perspective. But the beautiful thing about wine for me is that you're a foodie guy. Right. I'm a foodie guy. I don't know about you, Harrison. But
I don't have the most mature palate, but
we're going to change that.
I ain't eating chillins, though.
We'll save you for that.
You got to build up to that.
We got to build you up to that.
That's the master class. Is eat chitlins.
Yeah.
Or dig down. I don't know.
Yeah. But either that or hot ones. How about that?
I'm good past that.
I was listening the other day when they were doing that, and I've had that bomb, that da bomb or whatever else. It is the most inedible stuff you've ever had in your life.
It's a lab concentration. You can't go find that ingredient. I mean, that's why it hurts so much. It's pure, like, I don't know what it is, what the chemical compound is, but yeah, it's a lab concentration that adds the heat. That's not any pepper or anything.
Oh, no kidding. So
that's that taste you're getting.
I mean, like I said, it's like eating battery acid.
Yes.
Like it's not edible at all. There was one time I had this like big bowl of like brothy soup. I think it was sort of like a Thai noodle type thing. And I was like, you know what, this could use a little heat. And I put a little dab. I mean, I'm not kidding, the size of a pea in my big bowl of soup. And it made it so hot.
Well, that made it worse, probably, right? The water and the heat, right? Isn't that what makes it worse?
I have no idea, but I couldn't eat it. And it was like literally just a dab, not even the size of a pea, in a big bowl of soup, brothy soup. And I stirred it all up and whatever else in it, and I couldn't even eat it. It was so hot. So how those guys eat that directly off of a chicken wing, I have no idea. But if you're gonna, this zombie dust would go good, or that would make it worse with the I don't know, with the carbonation and whatnot. Probably set you on fire even more. But anyway, good wings, good brats, good beer. That's tough to beat.
Amen.
This wine is really good though. You know, I mean, it's super smooth.
Did you ever take the classes? I forget. You could probably tell me what it is, but like there's levels. Like if you're a master class at wine tasting, I can't remember what it's called though.
Sommelier.
Yeah. You ever get into that, Jay, or no?
I went to a wine tasting once with a friend of mine when we were in Houston. It was in the off season. It was his birthday. And I don't think I've ever, that's where I knew about the legs, right? We were in a class. We left hammered.
Oh, it's easy to do.
We all came in there with notes about the third like drink or whatever, third tasting where I was done. We were just hammered. We took a cab home.
So like in all my sommelier classes, you know, you have to spit because you're tasting 30 wines a day, and if you swallow those, you're going to be absolutely annihilated. And so, you know, you're training your palate to taste all these things blind. So once you learn theory about what characteristics go into what grape types, you can begin to taste them blind, and they sort of, the information that you gather either through sight, smell, you know, acid levels, all these various things lead you to old world versus new world versus different grape types and all that kind of stuff. And you learn to develop that without actually knowing what it is. But what's funny is just through like absorption, like even when you spit, you know, you still feel it after, you know, tasting and deciphering these 15 different wines or 20 or 30 different wines in an afternoon. And so, yeah, I can see why if you just are sipping away and all of a sudden you're like, oh man, we need an Uber. That can happen quick.
If you're going to like a winery in Napa, like what's the average amount of glasses of wine you're drinking? Like if you're not like doing the whole, like trying to become a sommelier or whatever, you're just going there
just on a tour.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure, you know, they're pouring you probably 1 to 2 ounce samples. And a lot of times, you know, you're tasting 6, 7, 8, 10 wines, and that'll do it. And then, you know, a lot of people try to stack like 4 or 5 in a day. You don't want to do that. You want to do 2, maybe 3, and call it a day. Maybe
2 or 3 tastings, or two or 3 wineries.
2 or 3 wineries.
Oh,
and
you're gonna be a mess.
Yeah, but I've heard of people. Oh yeah, we've got 5 wineries scheduled for this. I'm like, no, you don't want to do that.
And they don't have like food there. They got like cheese and crackers, nothing that can kind of absorb it.
And occasionally, sometimes too, like, you know, those are the ones you just visit and you're just welcome to come in and you know, you make a reservation, but they don't charge you. Now there are others that, you know, you got to pay like $50, and in which case they might have more of that sort of thing to sort of line your stomach. But yeah, it can get away from you in a hurry.
They got don't they out there in Napa Valley have like a little train that goes in between them or something?
Yeah, there is a Napa wine train that, you know, I think there's like 15 or 20 different wineries that are sort of on that train.
Yeah.
And then so you get to pick and choose which ones you want to hit, or, you know, if you have like a guide or something like that, they'll help you, you know, decipher, hey, you should hit this one at 8, hit this other one at 1. Maybe if you want to try to squeeze in 3, you know, hit this other one at 3 o'clock. But then after that, you know, things shut down in wine country like right after dinner, 8 o'clock. You're not going to a bar or anything like that. There's nothing open.
That's no fun. No O Street.
No O Street. No Michael Jackson's walking by at
no
the window.
iguanas or nothing like that.
I don't know if I'd want to hit O Street after hitting 3 wineries, though. I think I'd be good and settled.
Yeah, you run and go home and take a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And go eat a steak or something.
Indeed.
All day.
Indeed.
Well, that being said, Foreman, you got any more questions for the master himself?
No.
All right,
I'm
Kev.
glad to see him, though, man. I'm glad he's back.
Absolutely.
Good to be back. Thank you for having me, and take that home and enjoy it tonight with your dinner.
Oh, for sure.
Before where can they find you? If they want to go try out, again, you said it was like $30 for a bottle of wine right now?
Yeah, so this
that
is
one in particular?
This is Black Stallion 2023 Napa Valley Cabernet on the shelf for $30. And 3 Floyd Zombie Dust out of Munster, Indiana. You can find us on the corner of 13th and South Streets. Just look for the neon. We're Lincoln's oldest bottle shop. We've been on that corner since 1965, and it's been in my family since 1978. So stop down and see us.
There you go. Foreman?
There we go. Another Thirsty Thursday. Thanks, Kevin, for stopping in. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, take the worm, put it on the hook. Now bring your pole back and throw it forward. And just let the fish come to you.
I got a bite! It's a big one, Dad!
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
On automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close-up like never before. To purchase tickets or to sign up for volunteer opportunities, please visit www.lincolnchallenger.com. Not just a stop, a stage. Lincoln Challenger 2026.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
We have another warm day on tap here today. High temperature of 82 degrees. South wind gusts up around 20 miles an hour, and a chance for some thunderstorms later on this afternoon into this evening. We'll see the storms clear out here tonight. We'll drop down to 64 for a low. 90 tomorrow with another chance for afternoon and evening storms, and then hot weather continues over the weekend. I'm meteorologist Aaron Downer for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hey, this is Jay Foreman, the host of Old School, 3 to 6 p.m. here at 93.7 The Ticket. And one of my favorite things to do is come down and meet all the fans before and after as they cheer on our beloved Huskers.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe. Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket.
What up? We are back. Jay Foreman, my man Harrison on the ones and twos. I want to thank Kevin Meyer from Meyer Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, for stopping in for Thirsty Thursday. He knocked it out of the park once again, even though he had just a little glimpse of doubt.
Yeah, what happened? He came from the Bahamas and doubt crept in somehow.
I think he just set it up. I think he was setting this up.
Acted like he lost the touch.
Yeah, thought he lost the touch, but he didn't, and he's still the GOAT. We're bringing in good libations and obviously good vibes. So we appreciate him stopping in and, having his presence here. But without further ado, before we even get into this, let me get this, Harrison.
You guys said, you got the homework? You pulling out the homework?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Notebook.
Oh yeah, look at it's the old one too. Look at this, Harrison. I got it right here. Look at all these pages of notes right here for you.
I see 1, 2, 3.
Hold on.
You stopped at 3.
Oh no. This is
All right.
what the pen is for.
No,
This is
right.
how I used to pass my classes. Look, 4.
All right.
5, 6.
All that.
I probably won't need it though.
All that just to spew.
I won't need it. And where's the text line? Where is it? What was the guy's name?
Drumstick, I think.
Drumstick, where you at? My man from Georgia. Where are you right now?
402-464-5685.
I don't want to hear anything that you guys were just selling wolf tickets, popping off Thomas and Lincoln and all this stuff. And then now come Mississippi Mud Dog too and all this stuff that,
I think Mississippi Mud Dog just wants to see you and Farley go at it.
I know. That would be over before it started. Here we go. 9.
Yeah, there he is. He was there yesterday.
Lamar Odom or LeBron James. Is it before Kardashian Lamar Odom or after? There's a difference. Yeah. I wasn't gonna miss a chance. Now listen, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. He's the best of his time. LeBron's the best of his time. There's two different
Okay, but if you got to pick one.
It depends on what type of team
you want to win.
They both are winners.
All right, but you got to pick one.
I can't pick yet. Depends on what I'm trying to do.
Win a championship.
They both are champions. They both.
But one's got 2 more.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about that.
Okay,
we can talk. We can start anywhere you want.
All right, points per game. Michael Jordan 30.1. LeBron James 27.1.
Yeah. Who has more points?
LeBron James.
Okay.
Who has more missed shots?
Okay. No, Michael Jordan. Thank you, Harrison. Thank you for stepping in there because this is exactly what I wanted to rope you into.
Michael Jordan has more missed shots than LeBron James.
I'm going to tell you this.
LeBron, that can't factually be true.
It is factual. This is how you didn't do your homework. LeBron James has never led the league in a negative category. Guess who has? Not only Michael Jordan, than the guy that wanted to play the cosplay like him,
Kobe
Kobe Bryant. Not 1 year, not 2 years, not 3, not 4. Let's go to 8, 9, and 10 years. Out of his 15 years, Michael Jordan led the league in shots taken and misses. That means you shoot the most and you miss the most. Thanks. That's right. If we had a column, Jay Foreman number 1. Right there, with the W. That's a W.
No, all right, let's pause here. You're not even telling the truth. Through his first 16 regular seasons, LeBron James missed 12,504 field goals. So I'm just keeping the first 16 years, the peak of MJ.
Hold on.
Michael Jordan.
Not the peak of MJ.
Or excuse me.
Hold on. Why are you excluding it?
Because MJ played 16 seasons. Through Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan's career ended.
Now you're lowering the expectations.
That's his entire career. What else? Other numbers?
Still playing. It's not LeBron's fault that he's still playing.
No, LeBron James through 16 seasons missed 12,504 field goals. Michael Jordan through his entire career missed 12,345.
Okay, who has a higher field goal percentage? Who's better from 2? LeBron James.
By how much?
Who has more rebounds? LeBron James.
By how much?
Who has more assists? LeBron James. And now we're
23 seasons, 16 seasons.
No, we're just gonna get. We're just gonna get. So since you're Kobe and LeBron, this is right here. LeBron James has more points than Magic, and this is my dude, the Magic Man, and my other dude, Larry Bird, combined. LeBron James has more assists, right? So it does. So you just take the amount of years that Kobe and Jordan played and put them together.
Yeah, he
right?
has assists.
He has more assists than both of them combined.
Yeah, he can have that one.
You can have that one?
That's
okay.
His.
He has more. Guess what? So since you're talking about Jordan didn't have a super team, he played with a plethora of Hall of Famers. Probably the best rebounder of all time is probably Dennis Rodman. Wouldn't you say?
He's up there.
Okay, he's up there. One of them. Probably top 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Who has more rebounds than him?
LeBron James through 23 seasons.
LeBron James.
Through 23 seasons.
And then who's one of the best two-way players that Jordan got to play with? Scottie Pippen. Guess who has more steals than him? LeBron James.
Through 23 seasons.
And guess what? The guy that he beat, even though he was a little old when they finally got to the finals, I know DP loved the Utah Jazz, and Karl Malone, guess who has more blocks than him? LeBron James.
Through 23 seasons.
LeBron James.
You're skipping the most important parts.
No, it's not through 23 seasons. This is through 20 seasons.
Through 20?
Yeah.
Why didn't you stop at 16?
Why do I need to stop at 16?
Because Michael Jordan had 16.
No, you know what LeBron James, what do you know what Michael Jordan was doing at 18, 19, and 20 years old?
Skipping college.
He was in college trying to get ice cream. You know what LeBron James was doing at 18, 19 years old? Taking Anderson Varejao.
LeBron skipped college.
He was taking Anderson Varejao to the NBA Finals. No, the conference championship. Then he said, you know what? I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to come back as a 19-year-old where I'm not even 21 years old. I can't rent a car, and I'm going to take you to the NBA Finals. But go ahead, hold it against him.
Are we just listen? If you want to hop in the NBA, your NBA career starts. I don't care if you're 18, 19, 20.
Okay,
LeBron, if Michael Jordan wanted to ball out at North Carolina, it worked out for him. He's the GOAT.
Okay, let me ask you this. Jordan had 30 triple doubles.
Yeah,
his whole career.
Yeah.
Okay, his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James had 31 triple doubles. We're not even going to count before this, since you want to do this whole thing, since he turned 36 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's another one. That's a W over here. And then we don't even want to talk about the type of competition that you played against.
But that's a different player with LeBron James. He's an all-around player. If you're talking defense and we're talking dominant offense, you're taking Michael Jordan every single time.
No.
Let
me ask you this. Who do you think wins one-on-one?
Michael Jordan.
No.
In their peak?
No way. 6'9", 260 pounds. You can't. He's bigger than him.
You don't think MJ can go one-on-one with LeBron James?
Not as his peak. Do you understand what this man was doing at 260 pounds? Running a 4.3, 4.4 40. Did you see him? And you talk about the dog mentality, since we're going to talk about mentality. You know what I'm saying? He ruined a franchise. The Boston Celtics. He sent them to the oblivion. You know what he did to them, right? You remember when he was late to the game because they diverted his way to the game with the Miami Heat.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, what are we going to do? He said, don't worry about it. I got it.
LeBron also obliterated the Cavs after he left and the Heat after he left.
Thank you again, Harrison, for making my point. Listen, Harrison. Listen. When LeBron James, what he does there, he uplifts everybody, and he's a team. He's the whole team. He's there. but then you don't win after he leaves, right? That's what we're saying? Is that what you're saying?
He leaves teams in dumpster
Hold on, that's
fires.
what you're saying? Are you saying they don't win after he leaves?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, guess what? When Jordan retired, guess what the Chicago Bulls led by the Scottie Pippen did? They won 57 games when they won the championship before he retired for the first time. And then they won 56 and then 55 the next year.
Yeah, because Michael Jordan's not a team record.
No, that's because the team was good
It was
with
a good
or
team.
without Jordan.
And LeBron,
Right.
his biggest problem is he just bails. Ship too fast.
I'm just telling you, man. I mean, look, we just got the evidence here, man.
Well, yeah, you've been yapping a lot. Yeah.
Where's my man from Jordan? Do you want me to get started?
Oh,
okay.
we
Okay, let's
we
just
can keep going into it.
Okay, listen here. Jordan came in the league at 84, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he was eliminated from the playoffs. Didn't make the playoffs in 84.
Mhm.
But I'll just give him that. 85, eliminated.
Yeah.
86, eliminated. 87, eliminated. We're talking the first round.
Mhm.
88, eliminated. 89, eliminated. 90, eliminated. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
It took 8 years to win a championship.
Mhm.
Okay. So LeBron won a championship before that. Correct?
How many did he win
hold
after?
on. Now, let me ask you this. By MJ's, right?
Yep.
Third year in the league,
Yep.
he was getting eliminated in the first round by guess who? Sidney Moncrief. You know what LeBron James was doing? He was taking Anderson Varejao and Ziggy up there against Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Tony Parker, David Robinson, a.k.a. the Admiral, and one of the greatest coaches of all time, Popovich,
Mhm.
at 19 years old.
And I'll
20 years old.
I'll give him that.
Yeah. So you're just giving me the victory.
No.
We will not.
I'm not going to take away LeBron's.
We're not.
I'm not taking away LeBron's accolade. This isn't a battle of like, well, we just have to ignore everything good that this player is.
Yeah.
This is a battle that if you got to pick the two,
If I
you
had
got
to
it.
pick
You're
a team-
going.
No, listen here. Now, if I'm trying to start a team,
Yeah.
like a well-rounded team.
Well, then I know what your
Well,
answer is.
okay. I'd probably say it's tough because you're thinking like peak. Because Jordan, when he retired, or not when he retired, at his peak, played more like LeBron, but people are remembering when Jordan played more like Reggie Theus and those guys, scoring machine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You're taking Jordan. Who has the most MVPs?
I would probably take Jordan.
Jordan has the most MVPs in
Between
16
the teams.
seasons as opposed to 23 with 5. LeBron's got 4.
Right.
Who's got
But
more?
that's
Who's got more scoring titles?
That's probably, but that's not LeBron's.
Who's
game.
got a defensive player of the year?
And that's fake though. You're gonna live on that?
Ah.
Are you gonna live on that?
Even if it's fake, at least he was in the conversation. LeBron has never been considered to be.
He's been on all defense at all.
LeBron could be maybe an elite defender, but he's never put that
been on
effort
all
on the court.
defensive teams.
All defensive teams, but
yeah.
he was never in the serious conversation with defense player of the year.
No, because he does other things.
Oh, okay.
When you rebound,
So he can be good, but the defense is not important.
No, but
when we're
rebounds.
talking about the greatest,
but
of
he
all time.
rebounds though.
Oh.
And he rebounds, so he's playing against the big guys. So he's not.
How much is he even averaging more? Rebounds per game. He was averaging. That's postseason. He's got a 2-point advantage in the postseason. LeBron James on rebounds. Regular season rebounds 6.2, 7.5.
Even 25-63.
So just
LeBron
barely
should
over
have
1.
4 to 5 more MVPs than he did. Let me ask you this: Who's hitting what more? Who has hit more clutch shots percentage? So we won't even talk about the years. LeBron versus Kobe and MJ.
I'm gonna.
That means I'm talking about last second shots.
I'm gonna assume it's Michael Jordan.
No, it's LeBron. The higher percentage, and he's hitting more clutch shots. It's factual.
What's the numbers? Give me the numbers.
Go ahead. Look at it.
You got the numbers, I'm
I
sure.
know it is. Go ahead and look. It's
My
up
Google's
there.
not working.
Yeah.
What's the numbers?
LeBron is at 24%. He's hit more clutch shots.
Let me fact check you.
I'm just telling you, man. It's all there is to it.
Let's see what the Google machine has to say. Michael Jordan is generally considered. That's just we'll give it. The last shot, Jordan, his ability to hit buzzer beaters for his career, he shot 48% on go-ahead shots in the final minutes. LeBron James, 45 to 48%.
LeBron. It's all right.
You just had 48 to 50 or 45 to 48, and they put that little spacing in there because on the last second shot, some might consider take that one in or out.
And the go-ahead shots.
And the go-ahead shots.
Yeah, LeBron's way ahead.
Google's telling me that Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but okay. I'll,
so Google's a lie.
No, I'll let you have that.
Okay.
I'll let you have that. But see, the difference is when you're talking about basketball player, whereas LeBron can play all 5 positions, Jordan can't. And that's just physically he can't. LeBron can. That's the difference. That's why he's able to take a team that might look like trash to the NBA Finals. But then you're grading on them whether you win when you get there. And now we're going to just talk about the NBA Finals. How about that?
All right. Okay. Well, let's get some text first because these guys, I'm with Justin from Hickman. Why does Kobe keep catching strays? I will say.
Where's our boy? Where's our boy from Georgia?
23 seasons. Yeah, Jay, that has been a big part of his argument.
Whose?
Yours.
It's not. I'm not even worried.
You started the conversation with who's got the most points, rebounds, assists.
But
you weren't considering that he. Well, okay. You were, but you were just not vocalizing the 23 season to 16
I did, and then I replied.
And then you tried to say he had more points through 16 seasons, and then I fact checked that Michael Jordan did.
Here's what I said. I said,
but he shouldn't even have 4 titles. He should have 3 because one's a Mickey Mouse cup.
I said, LeBron was the fastest to 10,000 between those two.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. No. He's beat him to 10,000 points faster. He's beat 10,000, 20,000 faster than anybody in NBA history.
I'm almost certain you're wrong. Who made it to 10,000 first? MJ or LeBron? I'm going to be dumbfounded. I will give you a lot of credit if I'm wrong, but I'm almost certain it's MJ.
Look, Eric over here, Matt, he said he lost some respect. Hey, what? Kobe shouldn't catch strays. I want to take that. Can we expose Kobe from the conversation?
Kobe does not deserve any strays.
I'm not giving him any strays.
You've been bringing him up a lot.
You brought him into the conversation. You set your boy Kobe up. You know what I'm saying? So we take Kobe out of it, man.
Michael Jordan reached 10,000 point mark first in his career, doing it in 303 games.
What was LeBron?
368. Just about another half season.
Yeah, because you keep going to the playoffs. What do you expect?
But you just said Michael Jordan he was getting eliminated in the first round.
But he was up to shoot first. He led the league in shots and missed shots.
He was not even a full % behind in overall field goal percentage.
What do you know? You're missing. No, that's not it. He's led the league. They're not in comparison. So when he's in the league in 1984, 85, all the way to 90 for that 7 years, and then 3 more years, he took the most shots when he was playing and missed the most. That's a negative stat by NBA stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He took the most, he missed the most.
You're right.
Sure.
That's it.
And LeBron, as he continued to play, now has the record for the most missed shots.
Never led the league in a negative stat.
He does right now. He has the most missed shots in the entire NBA history.
No,
because the 23 seasons. If you want to have all the accolades of 23 seasons, you got to take the negatives too.
Season. So one season, LeBron has never led the league in missed shots. In 2 seasons, he never had.
Okay.
So 10 out of the 15 seasons that Jordan played. And we won't even talk about when Jordan was over 40 playing because we don't want to compare that, right? Because how dare we do that?
I counted the Wizards year.
Why?
Because I think it's fair.
I don't want you to do that.
Because LeBron's still playing.
I want you to count when Jordan was
all the numbers I gave you counted Michael Jordan's last Wizard year.
All right. Well, let's get to the text, man.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Eric, you read that one already. Brad says Al Iverson better than LeBron. Alex from Lincoln Stars.
Who said Will Purdue? Who said Will Purdue's better than LeBron? 91-7.
Alex from the Lincoln Stars says no debate. Bron might be the best sport athlete ever. Oh man. All right. I liked him too.
Yeah.
I still respect him. It's all right. Danny in Millville says bull crap. MJ was beat by the Birds, Celtics, and the Bad Boys
multiple times.
Yeah, but he's saying like you were devaluing the teams he was playing against.
No,
early.
I was talking about the teams that he beat for championships.
Yeah, but who did he have to beat to get there?
He had to beat a beat-up old Bad Boys team. And then a couple of times he beat the Philadelphia 76ers to get through the Eastern Conference.
The Bad Boys' greatest, the Detroit Pistons' greatest highlight in history was mustering the strength to take down the Chicago Bulls just once.
Twice.
Yeah, you're right. It is twice.
And they thought it was the third time. Then they didn't want to shake hands. They were a little salty.
They left. They did not enter the handshake line.
They were not the opposite of Anthony Edwards that shook hands with the Spurs like with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. He was on the sidelines making his vacation. That's who probably Kevin saw down there in the Bahamas. The whole Timberwolves team.
Before we get to break, Augie says Jordan changed his play. LeBron just changed teams. Several times there were dudes who had no business winning. Okay, the MVP conversation, I will grant LeBron should have more. I think Kobe got robbed by Steve Nash. You could argue Michael Jordan even
Shaq
at one
got
point.
robbed a couple times.
Yeah, the MVP, I will say
They do pass it around.
that is the worst argument for any who's better conversation. The MVP is kind of somewhat of a schmuck award when they handed it out. It's always a great player, but not always necessarily the best player. LeBron could play all 5 positions. End of conversation. I mean, it didn't help him win any more titles than Michael Jordan. So,
is your thing titles now?
I think it's important.
It is, but that's not the deciding factor.
I mean, when you got 6 Finals MVPs, 6 MVPs,
right?
I won't even take the 6 now because I don't want to discredit LeBron James for making it to the finals. I don't think that's fair. I'm not gonna bring his record into it, but
right,
6 versus 4, technically 3. LeBron didn't.
No, it's not technically. Are you taking away the Super Bowl then too? You're really gonna downgrade?
Well, they weren't playing that in Disneyland though.
What's that matter?
LeBron didn't even vote to. The Lakers and the Clippers were the 2 teams to vote not to participate in the COVID playoffs.
Right, and so then you still. That's why you got. The
You should have forfeited the title right there with that vote.
You got the work. They would. I mean, you do want to go to Orlando, stay in that.
I'll give it to him, but we can admit that's a weird title.
It's
or
not.
No?
It's a title. Everybody was playing. It's the same situation. I don't want to hear this stuff that just because it was COVID. He didn't decide it was COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If there's players that opted out not to play at all, that's not his fault. It's like when you have a shortened strike season in the NFL and you win a championship. What are you going to say? It's not a Super Bowl?
It's a title.
You know?
All right.
Titles,
I'll give you
titles
that.
are hard to win.
He's back up to 4.
Yeah. He was all. Hey, what if you saw LeBron? Hey, what if you met LeBron and say, hey, nice to meet you, man. Congratulations on your 3 titles. Hey, I wonder how fast you think he might walk away.
Oh, I don't think he'd acknowledge me. I think he'd just look at me as a schmuck right then.
All
and there.
Let's go to break real quick. We'll come back. We'll read the text. I like it, man. So Jay Foreman, Harrison, Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $199 per month for 36 months.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1008721. Previous service loaner. $199 per month. Lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 10650 to assignee. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7626.
New from Arbor Axe House comes Benny's Battle Barge, the mobile axe throwing adventure. Perfect for festivals, parties, fundraisers, and celebrations. Charter the barge at arbораxe.com or call Arbor Axe House at 402-802-9696. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
When Nebraska businesses win, we all win. And the Nebraska Chamber is helping make that happen. Tackling the tough stuff like job creation, affordable and accessible childcare, and building a stronger workforce. We're stepping up so local businesses can step forward. If you want to see Nebraska keep growing, keep competing, and keep winning, get connected with the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Learn more at nechamber.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
We have another warm day on tap here today. High temperature of 82 degrees. South wind gusts up around 20 miles an hour and a chance for some thunderstorms later on this afternoon into this evening. We'll see the storms clear out here tonight. We'll drop down to 64 for a low. 90 tomorrow with another chance for afternoon and evening storms, and then hot weather continues over the weekend. I'm meteorologist Aaron Downer for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com. Ever look at your house and think, ouch, it's stuck in the past? Or realize that your kitchen needs a new everything? Like thousands of homeowners, you can simply call SprayNet Lincoln. Their patented spray system and paint delivers a flawless factory finish. No mess, done in a day, and cost-effective. It looks just like new, including your vinyl. And it's all backed by their 15-year no-peel warranty. SprayNet Lincoln, custom chemistry and smarter painting. Google SprayNet Lincoln or call them now at 402-383-3336 or email ching@spray-net.com.
Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close-up like never before. To purchase tickets or to sign up for volunteer opportunities, please visit www.lincolnchallenger.com. Not just a stop, a stage. Lincoln Challenger 2026.
Is your technology built for where you are or for where you're going? Can your current technology support future growth? To break through that invisible ceiling, you need executive-level strategic technology advising. Moser can help your business grow appropriately and efficiently, giving you the ability to turn your tech stack from a cost center into a growth engine. Visit moserit.com/theticket. That's moserit.com/THETICKET to learn more.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet, GMC, and Chevrolet. And GMC Truck Month is here. Absolutely huge discounts and 2.9% for 72 months. I also just wanted to share a little bit more about the Koppel family. They've been serving the Omaha and Lincoln and surrounding communities for over 50 years with great customer service and small town charm. That's always been our motto, and we absolutely will not be undersold. It truly is confident buying and confident driving. So come on in, meet the team, check us out at Koppel or at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit.
3, 2, 1. The drop is live. Screens freeze everywhere, except yours. You've been training for this moment. And with Allo Fiber's zero-lag precision, you strike first. No lag, no limits, just speed. Can your internet provider do that? Stay ahead of every drop. Visit allofiber.com/all-in.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, Harrison, old school. Quick segment here. Get into your text here. Unknown texter said, let's see, what did you say about the uncalled moving screens? Who leads the league in travels and uncalled moving screens?
LeBron James.
Let's see.
I should have had that sound effect up there, and that's on me.
1627, LeBron James has shared the court with about 12 teammates who are either in the Hall of Fame or strongly bound. Dwayne Wade, Shaq, Ray Allen, Anthony Davis. Shaq, when he played with LeBron, was not even close.
Oh, yeah, he left.
Carmelo Anthony don't count. That was like a cup of tea. Kyrie Irving, yes. Michael Jordan, who played with 4 teammates who are enshrined in the Hall of Fame, yes. Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Robert Parrish. He did not play with James Worthy, but he did play with Tony Kukoc.
Yep.
He also played with.
Are we gonna make Tony Kukoc like this incredible? He was a good player.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Fame player. Yeah, that was on Michael Jordan's team in his prime.
Would you rather take Tony Kukoc or Dwayne Wade?
Dwayne Wade.
But Tony Kukoc or Shaq?
When Shaq played with LeBron, I'm taking Tony Kukoc. Shaq.
What point in his career was Yeah, okay.
It was towards the end. Shaq was like.
I'll give you that. That's fair. Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony when he played with LeBron.
But Ray Allen, Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis,
But Chris Bosh is probably, when you compare him to all the players that Jordan played with, is probably the worst out of those all the Hall of Famers. He's not better than Chris Bosh. Is not better than Horace Grant, and he's not even a Hall of Famer.
I could take a hand on that one.
He's not definitely better. He's not better than Rodman.
He was critical for that team because of this very specific role that he was able to provide.
And they needed him to play in a couple big games.
All right, I can give you that. LeBron can't take 5 steps and not travel. Look at tapes from Jordan era. Never was 3 steps allowed. And defenses suck now relative to then.
That is your point about Jordan traveling that's not even, you're not even factual. Jordan traveled all the time. He had special preference to do whatever he wanted, and he deserved it.
I think him and LeBron both did.
But yeah,
I think all superstars
everybody
do.
And that's what's happens. But I will tell you, the defense that Jordan faced was significantly tougher than when these guys are playing right now. But LeBron was putting up numbers when they still were playing tough defense early in his career. That's actually when he was really obliterating people because he had those young, fresh legs.
Mm-hmm. So I've chuckled at Sean Bradley better than LeBron James. I finally got to that.
Hey, 91-74 has been diabolical.
Might be my favorite bit.
Between him and Thomas and Lincoln, probably those are 2 most diabolical texters that we've had over the last 2 days. Legendary.
And I do like Crowbit. He said, Jay, stop moving the goalposts. You're not doing it. The first segment, you certainly were.
I was not moving the goalposts. I didn't even get into.
Every time I had a point, you moved it.
I didn't even get
You're like,
into,
no, the field goal was actually 50 yards, not 40.
I didn't even get to the amount of Hall of Famers that Jordan had to beat to get to win championships in the NBA Finals.
The amount of Hall of Famers that Michael Jordan had to beat?
Yeah.
And you want to do it right now? Well, we're at the top of the hour.
We're up against the clock.
Let me see if there's any other good ones.
I mean, that Laker team with Lottie Divac and Big Game James and everybody hurt. I mean, come on now. Because you know Showtime would have ran him off the court. Anyways, let's go.
Not on this text.
Hold on, who is it?
Jay, you're wrong on almost every fact and changing the parameters to fit your narrative a week. MJ better than LeBron. Not even close.
Hey, man, we're going to take a quick break and come right back, man.
All right, don't go anywhere.
Don't get too bad.
Old School, Jay Foreman, Harrison Arns.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ever look at your house and think, ouch, it's stuck in the past? Or realize that your kitchen needs a new everything? Like thousands of homeowners, you can simply call SprayNet Lincoln. Their patented spray system and paint delivers a flawless factory finish. No mess, done in a day, and cost-effective. It looks just like new, including your vinyl. And it's all backed by their 15-year no-peel warranty. SprayNet Lincoln, custom chemistry and smarter painting. Google SprayNet Lincoln or call them now at 402-383-3336 or email ching@spray-net.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
We have another warm day on tap here today. High temperature of 82 degrees. South wind gusts up around 20 miles an hour and a chance for some thunderstorms later on this afternoon into this evening. We'll see the storms clear out here tonight. We'll drop down to 64 for a low. 90 tomorrow with another chance for afternoon and evening storms. And then hot weather continues over the weekend. I'm meteorologist Aaron Downa for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Guys, if you're dealing with low back pain or trouble urinating, don't just live with it. These could be signs of treatable conditions. At Advanced Medical Imaging, their interventional radiologists specialize in minimally invasive procedures designed to relieve symptoms and improve your quality of life without major surgery. June is Men's Health Month. Take the step. Call Advanced Medical Imaging today to schedule a consult and find out what AMI can do for you. Is your technology built for where you are or for where you're going? Can your current technology support future growth? To break through that invisible ceiling, you need executive-level strategic technology advising. Moser can help your business grow appropriately and efficiently, giving you the ability to turn your tech stack from a cost center into a growth engine. Visit moserit.com/theticket. That's moserit.com/THETICKET to learn more.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket. Every Saturday morning now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln. This is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Troy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Woo! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln, your tire store next door with 4 Lincoln locations. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, we're back. Jay Foreman, Harrison on the ones and twos. We're Old School coming at you live 1040 O Street on this little bit of a rainy day on a thirsty Thursday. We are brought to you by Graham Tire of Lincoln, serving the Midwest for over 75 years and been in Lincoln for, I think, over 25 years. 4 locations in Lincoln. Look them up, GrahamTireOfLincoln.com, and tell them the Ticket sent you, and they'll take good care of you.
Well said.
Yeah. I've been laughing so hard. I got a little bit of headache. They're wearing me out a little bit, man.
Excellence with me.
Yeah, I know.
Denny in Mulville says, Jay, have you fallen and hit your head? MJ eliminated 22 Hall of Fame players.
No, not in NBA championships.
Oh, you talking in championships specifically?
Yeah. Who do you beat to win?
Magic Johnson doesn't count.
He was hurt. He played one game. Got hurt the first game, and he was hurt all year. So he was a shell of himself in his career. Byron Scott was hurt. James Worthy was hurt. So you essentially
Patrick Ewing.
So you essentially
Charles Barkley, John Stockton, Carl Malone, Clyde Drexler,
Patrick Ewing was
Gary
on the
Payton,
Knicks.
Dominique Wilkins.
Dominique Wilkins for NBA Finals.
No, these aren't finals. These are just playoffs.
We're talking about
no. Those are NBA finals. Yeah,
no, they weren't. Dominique Wilkins was in the Eastern Conference. You guys got to do your homework. He beat an old Lakers.
This is a quick
team.
Google search. Give me.
He
a
beat
little
an
bit of
old
respect.
Lakers team led by Eldon Campbell and Vlade Divac to win the first championship.
Yeah, you're right. It says 89.
The second championship, you beat the Blazers, who only had Clyde Drexler, they had Kevin Duckworth and Jerome Bam Bam Kersey and Terry Porter. Come on. Then you beat the Suns that only had Charles Barkley. The second was Dan Marley. My man Tom Chambers wasn't even there. Then you took a little bit of break, okay, and then you came back and beat a young and weak Seattle Seahawks or Seattle Supersonics team with Gary Payton, right? And you had a good little team. You had the Rain Man, Sean Kemp, but he was on the downslide. He wasn't really an effective player because Dennis Rodman got in his head. And after that, I don't even think Detlef Schrempf was even there. I mean, yeah, right. So that's another. And then when you finally when Utah Jazz broke through, when they broke through, Karl Malone and John Stockton are 35 and 36 years old, and you barely beat them. And that's the only two dudes. Byron Russell, Antoine Carr. Let me guess. Greg Ostertag was really a problem, right? That's what you're saying. But LeBron James beat a team with 4 Hall of Famers on his team. Now, Kyrie was there, so he had backup there. Kyrie, I'm assuming he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Kevin Love.
But he's beaten with 4. 4. It took them going to get Kevin Durant to stop the one-man gang.
I think that was just insurance.
Yeah. It was LeBron James insurance because he took the heart. They learned from the Celtics. We do not want to be the second franchise. This man takes our heart and just takes our soul. Turn the lights off.
And the Bad Boys did the same thing. We're just going to beat the living crap out of Michael Jordan.
Yeah, what was this? Isaiah Thomas. Well, Bill Laimbeer? Was he a Hall of Famer to you?
I mean, if he's able
Rick
to
Mahorn?
just give you an elbow.
John Sally? Edwards?
Who did LeBron? LeBron also got to cruise through the East year in, year out.
They beat the Celtics with KG and Paul Pierce. And 1 year, Ray Allen was there.
Mm-hmm.
Those 3 Hall of Famers.
And who else?
Who
in the East was a real threat year in, year out.
Who did they always beat? They he beat the Detroit Pistons that walked the dog on the Kobe-led Lakers. He beat them. Remember when he scored 23 straight points? Or was it 34 straight points to beat them to go to the NBA championship? It was
Would they beat the Lakers in the playoffs?
No, they beat the Detroit Pistons, who beat the Lakers the year before for the NBA championship.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who else?
Who else? You need more?
Just say the East also wasn't very good.
No.
And historically, it's never been good. And you could, make an argument for Michael Jordan, but I'm just painting the picture that I think you're building up LeBron's road a little bit tougher than it really was, and you're trying to devalue that Michael Jordan's road.
He beat the Spurs, right? Got the revenge. Served cold with Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Admiral, Ginobili, and Tony Parker.
Mm-hmm.
4 guys already enshrined.
Couldn't beat Dirk though.
Nope, he did not beat. That is right there. The black eye. There's 2 black eyes for LeBron, and they're not even like big ones, right? It's the decision.
Just in the GOAT conversation, they are.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The decision, which was a bad decision,
just bad PR on
bad PR. And then that game in that series, I think it was game 4 or 5 against the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, you had the big 3, and you couldn't take down Dirk.
Yeah. But what did you do the next year?
You want another one?
Mm-hmm.
What did you do after?
And won another one.
What did you do after?
They lost to who did they lose to? Then he went to Cleveland after that one.
Yeah, and then he got one more at Cleveland.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Then he went to LA.
That was the end of LeBron's greatness. Let's see if there's any of these that are worth a good chuckle. Unknown texter thinks
He says I'm in love with LeBron James. No, I'm not. I just like pushing the buttons, man.
Hey, fellas, just curious why no one or very few people ever bring up Bill Russell as one of the NBA greats. No one has more titles. Bill Russell belongs in a very specific category. I'm not belittling what he did. Yeah. But I think it's 12 or 8 teams at that point.
I thought he had 11 or teams
in the NBA. Yeah. It was just such a different era. Like, he deserves all the flowers for it. He's just really, really hard to compare. So
I think
maybe he's really good today. He probably
if
would
you're looking at straight titles as Bill Russell. If you're looking, and then to be honest with you, when you really look at the whole deal, like I said yesterday, I'd probably, if I had to vote, I'd say Kareem. Finals MVPs, scoring, and all that. I mean, it's
hard to. He broke the game.
Yeah,
where they had to make a bunch.
And
of
they all
changes.
did.
Yeah,
they all broke
to their own degree.
Yeah.
How did LeBron break it? Just by team hopping? Seriously, he wasn't the first to do it.
No, but you couldn't. Free agency wasn't free agency back then.
You're right.
So they couldn't move. So the player empowerment went along with the changing of the game and changing of the rules. So you can't really. I guess you could use it against him. He could have stayed in Cleveland, could not. But then you would have faulted him like Jordan was early in his career, where if you're in Cleveland, they're not trying to win. Part of the reason why, like earlier in Jordan's career, they weren't anybody around him. You know, have you heard the story about Jordan where he was going on road trips and other guys were in the hotel room doing cocaine? He's trying to play basketball, and then he's like, "Yo, we're supposed to be professionals here." So, they're two different players at the end of the day, and they came in the league at two different times, and they were judged at two different times, whether you like it or not. Jordan, when he came in early in his career, you got your credit, and it kind of made him in what people thought was a selfish player, is that you need to get yours. We even seen it. It's like everybody talks about the 82, 83 teams. They were built like that. They just wanted to get their stats. So winning championships became important, where that's all that mattered when we were here.
That's accurate.
And then after it changed.
Yeah.
Like after we left.
It was about points, and then it became champions.
Right. And so it became points, and then they started to criticize Jordan about the lack of winning, because you got to think the guys that he was compared to as he was starting to take the crown of being the guy for the NBA was Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, two of the ultimate winners in the two storied franchises. And so then he started winning, and then here comes LeBron, and you're judged on what Jordan did at late in his career, where LeBron plays more like Jordan did to win those championships. Like, Jordan was the scoring guy, but to beat the Suns, he hit Paxson, and then the next year I think he hit Steve Kerr. So he deferred, which you should do, but that's where Jordan took. That's how you got Michael Jordan aura right now. He started to trust his teammates.
Well, he was loyal to his team that built that chemistry.
What do you mean?
I'm just trying to spin you on there. I'm trying to create narratives.
I'm giving him credit.
Just trying to say LeBron didn't stick around long enough maybe for that chemistry to ever fully culminate.
You would trust Deladova to hit the game-winning three to win championship, or would you trust a sharpshooter like John Paxson and Steve Kerr?
I'd be smart enough not to pass it to J.R. Smith.
Well, that's another one.
You got to know your personnel. But if you're team hopping,
man, come on, J.R. Smith.
That was one of the craziest fumbles I've ever seen. That one's absurd. I don't know if anyone can predict that.
But you got to think how different the conversation is. They win that game, they probably win the NBA Finals.
And then he has 5.
Then he's 5-5. It's a totally different conversation, because not only did you beat the Warriors before Kevin Durant, you beat them with Kevin Durant after they kind of made it, whatever. But
do you think this part of his career is hurting his argument or helping? Because the longevity, he's got like Michael Jordan beat in all these categories at this point already, except for finals.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing to beat Jordan. I think he's playing, to play.
Right.
And then obviously, a little nepotism with his son on the team the last 2 years. But I think this is what people don't understand. And the only reason I know this is because I coach and train these athletes. They think differently. They're built differently. So when Jordan became obsessed about winning, then that became the ultimate goal. Right now, obviously, it's easier when you're averaging 33 points a game or whatever, and you're unstoppable, and he and then Tex Winter taught him the triangle offense, and they were just a machine. And had guys that would play their roles, right? Rodman and all those other guys. Whereas like LeBron and these guys in there, they're playing because, obviously he loves the game. He doesn't need to play for the money. He doesn't even need to play for the points. He's got everything.
Yeah.
And so they're just different. Now, does it affect his legacy? I don't think so. I think maybe in the short term. I think LeBron, just like Jordan, I don't think people really appreciated Jordan as much as they do now because of when he, I saw him play when he was with the Wizards. I saw him when he played with the Bulls, and I saw him when he played with the Wizards. And, people were kind of like going at him a little bit. You shouldn't be playing. And, it was kind of like he was doing stuff that, build up the Wizards organization. And they were talking the crazy thing about it, the same things that people say about Jordan, they say about LeBron. Played too long, legacy, all this other stuff, the gambling stuff and all that, bad.
That they don't say about LeBron, luckily.
Well, no, I'm just saying there's always things that they try to poke holes in your personality or how long you played. So.
Well, to your point, like I know that there's people that have been trying to poke holes in LeBron's school that he paid for.
Yeah.
Like it ain't his fault that like the school system's struggling, but like, he put the money and put that whole thing together.
Right. Yeah,
he can't be there and teach everyone. He hopes that the city would be able to do a little bit better there. And I don't know why it's not working with the grades, but he did put his money where his mouth was.
Right.
Like all that's for free, and he paid for every dime of it. And they try to twist that as to like LeBron
like he
did something
wrong.
bad.
Yeah. Well, the problem is like if you don't do it, then you don't give back them enough. Then you give back, and then people out of your hand. I think it's just like that's part. I mean, it's a really good conversation when you think about it now. We'll call we'll say a tie, or we can go to Jordan. I don't really care because I love Michael Jordan.
I'll say this much: comparing eras is always a little bit impossible. As a Bulls fan, Michael Jordan's the GOAT.
Yeah,
and I think
LeBron's
the way
close.
I look at the greats,
Jordan's the GOAT. LeBron's close. He's closer than what people give him credit for.
Yes, I see. We're like the Virginia Pirate. LeBron is the GOAT of flopping, no doubt. Someone else, I don't know where it's at. Someone said LeBron's just a bum. Like we can't get that crazy.
Right. Yeah,
he's
Jordan.
He's a dominant
we
player.
Want to agree that Jordan's the GOAT. Okay, he's the GOAT. LeBron's close, and that's great.
Yeah. Even if you want to think LeBron's the GOAT, what will drive me up a wall is when you just start talking about like he didn't have to play anybody.
Yeah.
Like that era was a joke. Like every era is built off the last. That's why we had the one texter I asked about Bill Russell. I'm not blaming Bill Russell for only having so little teams in the NBA. At that point, he can't control that.
Yeah.
But he dominated who was in front of him. Michael Jordan did that.
Yeah.
LeBron did that, just not as well.
Right. Yeah.
In my opinion.
And just did it a different way.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Also, if you really want to look at a guy that was probably as dominant in everybody, but as his era, and you could question whether he could do it now, it's probably Oscar Robertson. The first 8-9 years, he averaged 30, 10, and 10.
Yeah. Well, Pistol Pete Maravich.
Yeah,
his numbers were stupid.
Right.
Especially if there was a 3-point line, he would have been this Steph Curry way, way, way before Steph.
And so there's plenty of great players. We're probably missing 80 million players. So
there's some Wilkins out there that were ballers that always get forgotten in the shadows.
Right.
Was the Wilkins at Cleveland?
No, he was at Atlanta. If Michael Jordan didn't play, Dominic Wilkins is the guy we're talking about right now. He was a human highlight film. I grew up watching the Bulls and Atlanta Hawks playing.
He was a freak.
Yeah.
Like freaky athletic.
And he put up some
smooth,
crazy numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, a good thing that to go into, and, we'll get into some other stuff as well, is that, these athletes, when you're in, and this obviously we could talk about Dylan's experience here, I guess Calandra, or even coaches, maybe not in the magnitude of LeBron and Jordan because they're worldwide icons, but, everybody looks at, what you see on the court, but now they're expected, nothing that they do is ever going to make people happy. So if LeBron retired, say he retired after winning the COVID championship, right? Well, you quit too early, right? And then then you're like, oh, why would you you went out on top, but does it really count? Well, then now you play long, they ding you up for that. Same with Jordan. He came back, he retired, came back, retired, came back with the Wizards. They're like, why are you doing this? Right. Yep. Then they start to question that. What are your,
and it's stained his legs.
Right. And then they used to say stuff about Jordan, about not giving back to the needy from North Carolina. Little did they know, just recently, he did stuff, but it never got any media attention.
Yep.
And so it's to Thomas and Lincoln, he wants LeBron out there.
I'd be happy if James retired, honestly.
Okay, Thomas and Lincoln. Who's your favorite player besides Jordan?
Let me take it. I'm going to guess Anthony Edwards. Based on him not liking LeBron?
I like Anthony, Kobe. So since you like Michael Jordan.
That is
because Kobe is the only one that came in that tried to act and play like Jordan that actually was successful.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Kobe didn't always want to act and want to be like Jordan. It was after he missed that shot in Utah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kobe's I've always got it's like a strong spot for Kobe Bryant. I don't know. He's so tough to put in the overall. Like when you're comparing him like for the greatest players of all time, I have no idea where Kobe sits. 5 rings. He did it with Shaq. Pau Gasol was phenomenal. I don't think people give enough credit for how good of a duo that was. And wasn't a ton of great role players. Like he had Derek Fisher. Odom was pretty good when he was down there with the Lakers. I never know where to put Kobe Bryant. He's in the greats conversation, but
sure.
like
he's
I
definitely in the top 10 for sure. And he's definitely not number 10.
Yeah, he's top 10.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you got to get through so many centers. That's the problem.
Right. Yeah.
Because you got Wilt.
Yeah. So it's hard to even put. I mean, that's the thing. If people are scared to say, "Oh, he's not top 10," but if you when you think of the top 25 players of all time, and you're going all the way back to like Pistol Pete and those guys, or if you want to put them in there, or Oscar Robertson, or somebody said Elgin Baylor, you got Wilt, Kareem, all these guys that you'd have to put in there.
Well, then you got the modern day Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic.
Like if it's not about rings for you and it's about like numbers,
Jokic,
he's number 1.
Right. When you look at his efficiency and all the points per minute, I mean,
averaging a triple double,
right,
through playoffs, stupid.
Yeah,
and he's shooting like 50%. So yeah, I think we've run into a tough era of just trying to compare all these generations.
You can't because
it's really hard.
But here's an example: you can't do it in football. You can't compare Michael Irvin to like Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
Antonio Brown put up Hall of Fame numbers. Who would you take as your receiver? I'm taking Michael Irvin. Listen, when they played back then, and when I first got in the NFL, a receiver came across the middle of the field, just running a route. You could take his head off, like straight up, knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
Or the DBs, it was.
Tom Brady talks about just in his time playing,
right.
The game drastically changed.
It changes because look, they wanted to get away from big hits. They want more points and all that. So. Look, Jordan's the greatest of his time, probably the greatest of all time. LeBron's the greatest of his time.
How many rings does Curry have? 4?
Yeah. Now the biggest debate is Steph Curry the best shooter of all time?
Yeah.
Between him and Larry Bird.
That is kind of tough because Larry Bird he was shooting games left-handed, getting 20+ points on high efficiency.
But Steph is probably. Then you got to think Klay Thompson.
Yeah, the most range is obviously Steph, but does Larry Bird develop that range? Probably not. He's such a blue collar guy.
Yeah,
he probably
in
the mid range still.
Larry Bird messed around, averaged like 38 points.
Yeah, and then go mow the yard for his family.
Yeah, drink a beer to it. Drink some from Kevin Meyer, Mario Cocombottle. So I mean, I just think with, like. These athletes are under a lot of pressure and nothing they can do. So it's probably not an ideal life to live though.
No, but it's all right with a lot of pressure in today's modern era. Few $1 million. It's so sad with
big check, big fat.
They get paid more than enough to us to criticize them, even if it's not always
right.
fair. As long as you're not crossing the line.
Look, you be like Kevin Durant, just give you a burner account, and just go back and forth with people.
My favorite is when he forgets he's not on the burner.
Yeah, or
on his own account.
Did you see the last one when this year when he was in the meetings? He's like, man, these young dudes ain't listening.
Yeah,
that's the best part. He must have like took a screenshot and he's like, look at these little dumb dudes. They ain't paying no attention. Anyways, we'll take a quick break. Come back. Jay Foreman, Harrison. We'll talk about Chris Raff, my homeboy, came out with, and Harrison, he threw you under the bus.
He did?
Oh, yeah. Raff said you agreed. Chris Raff comes out every Wednesday, right?
Yeah, every Wednesday.
With top 10 all-time Husker position group players. So like this one, he did inside linebackers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a whole bunch of text about this, and I didn't know I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
So then I asked Raph, and then going back and forth. So we're going to cover it. We're going to go over the top 10 more. Well, maybe we could get the same debate, Thomas and Lincoln and the Virginia Pirate and all that stuff about this list. Jay Foreman Harrison will be right back.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is your technology built for where you are or for where you're going? Can your current technology support future growth? To break through that invisible ceiling, you need executive-level strategic technology advising. Moser can help your business grow appropriately and efficiently, giving you the ability to turn your tech stack from a cost center into a growth engine. Visit moserit.com/theticket. That's moserit.com/theticket to learn more.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plan for success with the industry's latest technology. Upgrade to an Exact-Emerge high-speed planter to cover more acres, increasing flexibility and productivity. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location to order your new John Deere planter and experience the Landmark difference.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Planet Fitness has everything you need from warm-up to wind-down, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to bring a friend anytime, access any of our 2,800-plus clubs, or reset and recover in the Black Card Spa, we're ready to fuel your momentum, and then some. Enjoy all the perks with the Planet Fitness Black Card. Join the club today for $1 down, $24.99 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends June 12th.
See club for details.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather, sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
We have another warm day on tap here today. High temperature of 82 degrees, south wind gusts up around 20 miles an hour, and a chance for some thunderstorms later on this afternoon into this evening. We'll see the storms clear out here tonight. We'll drop down to 64 for a low, 90 tomorrow with another chance for afternoon and evening storms, and then hot weather continues over the weekend. I'm meteorologist Aaron Downer for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Foreman, Harrison, moving right along. Subject is somewhat close. I feel like you're in an argument. We're at a family reunion and people just, hey, when you do the truth, and the texters won't let it go.
It does feel like a
It
Thanksgiving.
reminds me of my two aunts that used to argue about who would be in the kitchen first to get their stuff, started for Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
And a couple times they were like out in the driveway ready to scrap. And the funny thing is, one of them had a cane. You know what I mean? Swinging the cane at each other, man. It gets pretty intense.
See, when I see that, I'm always sus of the cane holder.
Why?
Yeah, so you need that to walk, but you're swinging around as a weapon.
It was perfect though. It was kind of like, now mind you, I think like one of my relatives had like one of those big old like Lincoln Town cars. It's like a boat.
Right.
So she had her arm up there on the side and then was using that as leverage. It was funny. It was kind of like she was like pushing herself off of there and kind of like springboarding herself off of there and trying to swing the cane.
That's just good physics right there. That's just knowing your body.
That lets you know
knowing where the torque comes from.
That lets you know she's been in some scraps. She's been down to the Elks Club, turning up a little bit. But before we go to break, Virginia Pirates says MJ's the GOAT, LeBron top 5. Thomas and Lincoln said Curry took 3 championships from LeBron. Thomas and Lincoln, you actually make my point, but thank you very much. But we're going to move on now.
I don't know if these guys, you can keep going.
Yeah, we'll get. You know what? We'll finish the text before we at the end of the.
Is before we wrap up on that, is this going to be the longest debated conversation in all sports history? MJ versus LeBron.
We could go tomorrow. We could do this forever.
I just mean you and me could do this forever. But
about LeBron.
But I mean,
Jordan?
just like in sports history, I think this might be the longest living argument that has no end.
And it will only get worse.
Yeah,
because you want to know why these kids that are coming in the NBA don't have the desire to be the GOAT. Because the next guy that actually has the skill to be that is Anthony Edwards. And he was like, I don't want no parts in it. I want to have a good time. I want to play my games and do my extracurriculars off the court. And that's it.
Well, also, GOAT meant generational wealth. Today, role player means you're good. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be the best to make an absurd amount of money. How much of that is a motivator in the NBA? Back then, I think it was a bigger degree.
You had to be good to get paid back then.
Yeah,
very good.
Mm-hmm.
Early in LeBron's career, you had to be good to be really or to get paid. Now anybody gets paid. You get guys that average 4.4 rebounds getting like $60 million contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And
practice squaddies.
Yeah,
G League.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's not as great, but
before we get into it, is that Tom Brady had that interview when he talked about guys on practice squad and why part of the reason why the football players are worse is because guys on a practice squad, they don't want to play. They're getting, like when I played, they only got, not only, but they would get like $3,000 a week. So you times that by 16, maybe 17, and then that's got to last you all year. So they're trying to grind. They're trying to get activated.
Yeah.
Now these guys are making, 150, 200, and they're probably there's a lot more opportunities to make money off the field. They don't want to play. They get comfortable. And that's that NIL mentality. The grind and the strive to get to the pros is gone when you can somehow, some way get paid at or close to, hundreds of thousands of dollars for being probably below average. And if you do that for 5 years, right? So you do it for 5 years and you make $500,000. You're probably okay. So Uncle Sam's taking half. You got $250,000. Let's say you just were real frugal, and you're already on scholarship, so you're getting the money. So you spend $50,000. You got $200,000 in your bank account at 22 years old.
Yep.
And let alone if you're somebody that's actually, say somebody's desperate for a linebacker, and like the linebacker that went from that was a commit to Clemson, and then Ole Miss paid him $500,000 more, just like that.
Yep.
And will that dude probably be a first or second round pick, third round pick? Most likely not. There's a lot of guys that get paid a lot in college, don't get drafted. So that's where the mentality goes from. But now we're moving. Raph, if you're listening, was it last night he did this?
It was last night.
Last night he came out with his top 10 Nebraska football inside linebackers of all time.
Did you feel slandered?
Slandered or slighted?
Yeah, that's a better word for it.
Slighted.
Yeah.
Number 1, Levante David. I don't know if he necessarily was inside, but he's number 1. There's no doubt whether he's number 1. But yeah, he was a stacked linebacker, so let's do it. I have no problem with that.
I had him at 2 only because of the 2 years though.
Yeah.
But if he could have had the full 4,
yeah. He's definitely, I would say this. I agree with you. I don't know how high you can even put him because he didn't play 4 years, and it's you can get in the whole how many tackles per play and all per game and all this other stuff. But sure, I got that. But I think as far as being the best linebacker to ever step foot here, college, and then add his pro career, without a doubt.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So sure, number 1. Number 2, he had Jerry Murder Man Murtaugh. Cold-blooded. Number 3, he had Carlos Polk.
You like that?
He was a bad boy.
He was.
Yeah.
All right.
He was my backup for a little while, but he was good. Yeah, he's good. Number 4, Barrett Ruud, cold-blooded. Steve Damkroger.
Is that too low for Barrett Ruud?
Well, where else is he going to go?
I don't know. Would you put him any higher, or is that just because he leads with total
he's
tackles?
All-time leading tackler, but he played as a true freshman, played every single play.
But the longevity, I would have assumed you would have put him at 1.
Anything.
I tried to take a jab at you there. Didn't hit.
Yeah, I heard you. I just bypassed that.
All right, moving on.
You could probably maybe flip him and Carlos. Carlos that year he was really good. He was All-American.
Yeah, all these,
a
lot of these are All-Americans when you go 70s, 80s, 90s. A lot
and then you got Steve Damkroger. I don't know who he is. I've never seen him play, so I have no idea.
I think he's like 40s or no?
80, 81, and 82.
Oh, sorry, I'm mixing him up with someone.
Pat Tyrants is number 6. And then I'm number 7. And then you got my man, Mark Money. I call him Money Munford. I would probably put Mark up there at number, I think I would move Damkroger down to 8, and then you could move up myself and all those guys, up 1. And then number 9 is Tom Ruud. That's pretty good family there, tree right there. You got 2 of them in top 10.
Barrett and Tom.
Yeah, and then you got Mike Knox. He could hit. He was nasty too.
I think I had him at 9. I can't remember.
Mike Knox was nasty.
That was basically like the rap
Knox.
I got. Obviously, when I'm trying to look back at it's tough for me because I'm trying to look at the game tape, and sometimes I'm looking at 5 pixels.
Yeah,
and it's that's an athletic looking blur, but it's hard to really get the eye
and
test.
They were bigger, and it was. And there's different flavors in there too.
Well, the guys, something happens, and unfortunately, I'm part of the generation where we just don't look like grown full men at the age of 25. But if you go look at pictures of the pipeline, I don't know what changed. Dudes looked different.
Yeah, because we were brought up climbing trees, stuff like that.
Yeah,
we're tougher.
That's true.
That's all there is to it.
I think that's fair.
Thomas and Lincoln asked me who was the best wide receiver to play against. Jerry Rice. But the most dangerous one is Randy Moss. And you know what? I'm going to tell you this. The Jerry Rice, Randy Moss conversation and or whatever is just like LeBron and Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you right now. Listen, Randy Moss was flat out unstoppable. So was Jerry Rice. It's different. But anyways, but see, the thing is that's crazy is like, so when you look at, okay, let's just take linebackers out of it. But when you look at Grant and Jason, and you compare them to whoever is, I don't know if whoever he had at one or, defensive tackles and all that.
I think Grant was number one.
Okay, Grant's number one. Okay, so he's there. But he would be even farther ahead in number one. And same with Jason. I don't know where he had Jason. So when we played literally half or less the game. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you guys
so we did
really could have filled up stats.
Right. So then when you have guys that have stats, it's kind of like with the LeBron versus it's a lot different. It's viewed a lot different internally, like amongst ourselves. You get what I'm saying?
That's why I was saying with the eye test, it was hard.
Right.
For people in my generation, try to figure because the stats, like especially when you're going through the 90s, and even some of those teams with Bob Devaney, guys just weren't playing.
No.
So they were going to have significantly less stats, but it was zero indication of how good they were.
You'd lead the team in tackles and have like 68 tackles.
Yeah.
But then you'd go play, a long time in the NFL because you were a dude. Because the reason why it was 68 tackles when I played, because you had Grant Wistrom hauling to the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Peter hauling to the ball. Myself, T. Farley, Jared Tomich, and let alone Jamel Williams and Mike Brown, Tony Veland, and all these other, Mike Minner. It was scarce. Like you better destroy a block and get to the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a byproduct of having, I think off of that 95 team, I think the top two and a half on the depth chart. So that means the top two and then half of the second part of that depth chart. Everybody either got drafted or was in the NFL more than 2 years. And some guys played very, very long time.
Yeah.
And then you come back in 96, it's kind of a lot of the same guys that's really talented. Then you add in Mike Brown and Ralph Brown and all these other guys as well. But that's just part of it. I'm gonna continue to give Raph a hard time.
Yeah, where would you want to be? Where do you think you belong?
I don't know. If I'm top 10, that's fine. If I'm not, it doesn't matter.
All right.
I'm satisfied with it.
What do you got for Raph? I'll you know what I'll do? I'll clip this audio. It can be like a message that we air later tonight on Raph show.
I would say Raph. This is I probably maybe a little bit higher. Maybe I probably number 6. Maybe okay, that's fine. If not, so be it. But one thing I learned, Raph. You always see an unknown enemy coming across the street. You always got to worry about your family. That'll get you when you're not looking or the least expected. I expected more from Ralph. Here's why, or from Raph. Here's why. Because Raph needs to understand. One of my highlight plays of my career was the interception against Colorado. It was a major point of the game, right?
Yep.
Guess who was up in the picture? Raph. Right there. Kicking it with it. So this goes back a long time. Let's go back. And then, I'm going to tell you what the ultimate disrespect of Raph would be.
If he kicked the off the top then?
That and he probably would have tried to put his Southeast Knight homeboy John Hess in there.
He did talk about it last night.
Go to break. You know what?
No, I'm just kidding. He didn't.
Go to break. Jay Foreman, Harrison, we're going to break.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Planet Fitness has everything you need from warm up to wind down, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to bring a friend anytime, access any of our 2,800 plus clubs, or reset and recover in the Black Card Spa, we're ready to fuel your momentum and then some. Enjoy all the perks with the Planet Fitness Black Card. Join the club today for $1 down, $24.99 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends June 12th.
See club for details.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. Guys, if you're dealing with low back pain or trouble urinating, don't just live with it. These could be signs of treatable conditions. At Advanced Medical Imaging, their interventional radiologists specialize in minimally invasive procedures designed to relieve symptoms and improve your quality of life without major surgery. June is Men's Health Month. Take the step. Call Advanced Medical Imaging today to schedule a consult and find out what AMI can do for you.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plan for success with the industry's latest technology. Upgrade to an Exact Emerge high-speed planter to cover more acres, increasing flexibility and productivity. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location to order your new John Deere planter and experience the Landmark difference.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
We have another warm day on tap here today. High temperature of 82 degrees, south wind gusts up around 20 miles an hour, and a chance for some thunderstorms later on this afternoon into this evening. We'll see the storms clear out here tonight. We'll drop down to 64 for a low, 90 tomorrow with another chance for afternoon and evening storms, and then hot weather continues over the weekend. I'm meteorologist Aaron Doudna for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete in Lincoln and Palmyra. Ready Mixed offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply with Ready Mixed Concrete today to be eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with Ready Mixed Concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we're back. Jay Foreman, Harrison. 3 hours goes by quick, man. We arguing about Jordan. And then we got, we did a little Husker talk with Nick Wyman. And then a little NBA talk. And then obviously the Jordan debate. Well, I wanted to ask you, Harrison, what was your thoughts on the game last night? You picked the Knicks, so you were right. What are your thoughts? Does it change your thoughts on the whole series?
A little bit more optimistic on it. I think Brunson was like 31. He was like 12 for 31 or 11.
Yeah, he was a volume. Yeah,
he had 31, like 30 or 31 points on 31 shots.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Horrible efficiency, but they still won despite that. Victor Wembanyama also played really bad. I think the Knicks defense is kind of tough, like I thought it would be. They played him really well. I don't think it was rust. It was definitely rest. We'll see if that continues. But hey, man, I thought it'd be a better series than people were giving it credit for, and I think yesterday made me move a little bit closer that the Knicks might be able to pull this off. I still think it goes 7. If anything, but I do think the Knicks are not to be taken lightly.
Yeah, I think they surprised a lot of people. I think people saw them, win 11 games, and obviously last night was the 12th, and people didn't realize, how efficient they've been defensively. And, I guess the question mark, and everybody just assumed Wemby would just destroy Karl Anthony Towns, but I think Karl Anthony Towns' skill set is probably potentially the best kryptonite or that could slow Wemby down because he can drive.
Pull him out, too. Get him out of the paint.
And he can shoot threes, and he can finish around the rim. And he's always been one of the best rebounders in the league. So his size and strength will not allow Wemby to, destroy you on the offense and defensive boards. And so, look, as much as you say that, or much not as you say, but you think Vassell will play better. You think Wemby will play better. The New York Knicks are saying, look, Jalen Brunson is one of the most efficient scorers in the league. He wasn't last night. So as much as you think that you're going to improve, we will as well. Josh Hart was 1 of 5, even though he had a ton of rebounds and assists and steals, but you expected him, to score more than 3 points. So I think you're just going to roll the ball out, and the team that executes the best. I think the one thing New York did, and I think it's going to be a big key in this series, is if they can stay disciplined on offense. What I mean by that is, if you watch how they played, they didn't get into a up and down race against a younger team. More passes, make them play defense, wear them down, kind of a little bit of 80s type of basketball.
Yeah.
Worked out well for them. So appreciate you listening. Appreciate you texting. We'll be on location down there at BP with DP tomorrow. But the text line will be open. I think I'll be on with Nick Sainer. But for Jay Foreman, Harrison, Old School, we'll holler at you tomorrow.